All righty. And we are live. Sending the link out to Twitter. What is up, everyone? How you guys doing?
Tweet.
Gonna get a nice little sip of water there before we get things fully going. But we have a nice, calmer stream because of the fact that we really don't, not that we don't have much news, because there's some excitement because baseball's back, or baseball's almost back. So,
Finally.
Not as much conversation about obscure left-handed relievers or
screw you.
Hey, no. Obscure left-handed relievers are fun.
Brad Hand is not obscure.
Talking about Brad Hand for 30 minutes is a
fun
thing that happened. But before we get started,
it was a great time.
It was a time. How about that? I'll give you it was a time. No, it was fun. That was awesome. But in all seriousnness, we're gonna get, because Aiden's been patiently waiting since before the stream even started to get involved.
Aiden's ready to go, baby.
Aiden, how you doing to me, my friend? I have great news for you because Nick, do you want to break the news, Tim? How about you break these?
Oh, yeah. So I'll be going to spring training this year for ES7 Fireside Yankees. I'm going to be getting out tons of different content, whether that be shorts, snippets, just footage of people pitching, hitting, fielding, talking to different players, fans, personnel. We're going to have all sorts of great content for spring training, my man. And it's going to be even great because we're going to be able to talk about a lot of that stuff too. So be able to hop on podcast episodes and dive into some guys that look good in spring training, or talk about some games that I went to, all the good stuff. So it's an exciting time. I'm ready for spring training. I know Ryan's ready for spring training. I know all the Yankees fans are ready for spring training. Baseball is truly right around the corner, and thank God, because this last month was grueling. It's like, Jesus, what more can we talk about? Like you said, Brad Hand conversations is where we were at. So
yeah, Brad Hand, whether I'm tall or not, or whether I'm average height or not, just the conversations that go on Yankee streams during the off season. But we're going to have a lot of stuff coming out for spring training. So stay tuned, Aiden. I think you're going to like the direction we're going this spring training. Did you guys talk about Yankees getting Ian Hamilton? So we did do a non-roster invite video that we're going to have out tomorrow. We mentioned Ian Hamilton briefly. I don't think we talked about him too much, but from what I see, he's got his stuff isn't terrible, but his command's pretty bad, and he's a very raw raw reliever. And the Yankees have so much talent in that pool that it kind of feels like he's going to just be stashed away in AAA. Nick, I don't know if you feel any differently, but
no, yeah, he was good in AAA last year. He was really good in AAA last year for the Twinkies, I believe. He was with the Twins, right, in AAA.
Yeah, Twins in Cleveland.
Yeah. 28 innings, 11.3 K over 9, 2.5 walk per 9, 15% home run to fly ball rate, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. 1.8 ERA and a 3.4 FIP. So he's not a bad player at all, but he is probably a AAA reliever for the time being. However, we talked about this on the NRI episode that's going to be coming out tomorrow, as Ryan just mentioned. We have a lot of guys that may see bullpen time, may see spot starts, may see overall time in August, September, July, when we have inevitable injuries or guys being shut down to keep them fresh for October. It's baseball, so it's inevitable that someone goes down. So I don't think Ian Hamilton will be the first guy to get the call. I think guys like Brito and Crook definitely have a leg up over him. And I'd even say Carson Coleman, who's not even on the 40-man, I think he has a leg up over Ian Hamilton as of right now. But Hamilton could be featured in some capacity at some point in the season. I wouldn't get my hopes up if you are an Ian Hamilton fan, though. Fortunately, no relation to Josh Hamilton, that scumbag. So thank God.
Yeah, there's Ian Hamilton is a dude. That is the conclusion.
He is a baseball player.
He is a guy. The Yankees should bring in Derek Jeter as the next guy for the Yes booth because Maben and Beltran are gone.
Carlos is gone. Terrible at announcing. Great player, great guy. Could not announce to save his life, but I don't know about Jeter coming back in the booth.
I heard there was actually a report from the New York Post that the Yankees were trying to, but I feel like number one, not that I can, it's hard because we can't sit here and say, oh, this guy's going to be a great, play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
My forte is looking at guys' strikeout rates and walk rates and trying to tell you if they can be a good reliever or not. My forte is not, hey, this guy's got a good personality for air. I wish it was. I actually was going to originally go to school for communications and broadcasting, but
I'm a communications major, so
that's almost what I went to school for. But Binghamton does not have that, so there's that. But yeah, ultimately, I think we can kind of mop this up as it'd be dope, but I can't project that type.
I want to see Grandy. I want to see Curtis Granderson.
I do want to see Curtis.
Curtis Granderson.
I met Curtis Granderson as a kid. I have a
Oh,
picture with him. It's at home, but I have a picture with me and Curtis Granderson. And I said, I want to be a second baseman for a major league team. He's like, be a second baseman for the Mets. And I was like, okay.
take that back, Curtis.
It was Curtis Granderson, dude.
Curtis is
Great
the
dude.
man. Universally
guy.
loved by everyone. Every fan base, every team he played for loved
Yeah.
him. Every one of his teammates thought he was the man. Grand man can and did everything right with the Yankees. So I'd love to have him in the booth. But Jeter would be sick to have. I just don't think he'd do it. I mean, let's look at the time he was on the K-Rod show, even that one episode where he sat down with Michael Kay and Alex Rodriguez. You could just tell he didn't really. He's not the guy that like loves to be out there and talking everyone's ears off. And
Yeah.
he's kind of like a silent assassin. He knows baseball. Everyone knows he knows baseball, but it doesn't like to tell everyone that he knows baseball. He just likes to do his own thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't, not that he doesn't have the personality for it, but I just don't, I don't know the guy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of part of the mystique with Jeter. You don't really.
I just don't know if his charisma would translate to the booth very well.
I don't know. Yeah.
He's kind of a stoic, quiet guy, so I don't know if he likes to. I mean, he was definitely like vocal and a leader in the Yankees clubhouse when he played, but he also wasn't this guy that everyone's like, oh yeah, I want to be around Derek Jeter.
It's also like a different environment, baseball, like playing and then being an analyst. But moving on here, I don't know what I'm doing Saturday, so
I also
that'll
don't
have
know
to
what I'm doing
depend
this Saturday.
on
I'll
that.
let you know for sure.
Saturdays are,
Fridays and Saturdays are the nights that I
they're
usually like to go and have some fun.
They're interesting days. We'll chalk it up to the interesting
hit the
days.
town a bit.
What's good, Mike? How you doing? I hope you're having a good night.
Hello.
He is mid. We do
Nope,
apologize,
Trevor. He's
Trevor.
not mid.
How you doing?
Mid.
But yeah,
he's what we call upper echelon of elite lefty relievers.
And I hope he does well this year. St. Hades. Hey guys, heard the Martian's getting an entry to spring training. I'm hyped for that. Yep, he is one of the non-roster invites. I think we can sit here and confidently say out of all the non-roster invites that, that don't have a shot to make the team, like, we're talking prospects that, are just getting looks this time around. I think you could argue he's the most exciting one. Wells is fun.
He's definitely the most exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Wells in spring training before. This
is the guy we've been waiting for, dude. Yeah, this is the guy we've been waiting for.
Yeah, we've seen Wells in spring training before. We haven't necessarily seen Jason Dominguez. We were supposed to see him last year, but not this year.
So now I'm excited. I'm ready because this year is gonna be the first time where we get to see him on like a national stage, even if it's spring training games. He's gonna be on Yes Network and be able to watch the games. We're gonna be able to listen to people talk about him. I don't know. I'm excited to see Jason. I mean, it's been a long time coming since we've actually gotten to see him with the big boys. So it's been something that we've been waiting for a couple of years now. So I think he could literally hit 1,000 in all spring. He could have like 20 at bats and go 20 for 20, and they still wouldn't give him a call. It's just he's not ready yet.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think that Dominguez is going to be the most fun. I love Dominguez. Can't wait.
It's so fun to watch him play.
Out of the ball.
He makes one diving catch or hits a couple of home runs, and people are going to lose their mind. And all sorts of Jason Dominguez needs to be the starting left fielder right now are going to be coming out. So just get ready. Just get ready.
Now, end of the day, I mean, this is going to be an exciting year for Yankee baseball, especially in spring training because they have a lot of young talent. And we mentioned NRIs. There are some guys on the 40-man who will get into one of those guys in a second here, but Trevor, yes, I am down bad for baseball, ready for baseball. We need it. I need some baseball. Wilfred, I hope I'm pronouncing Wilfred right. I think that's how you pronounce it, right?
Berkvist?
Berkvist. I imagine it's Wilfred Berkvist. I hope you can correct us if we're wrong. Yoendrys Gomez going to get some looks in spring training. He's on the 40-man. Are you guys fans of him? And do you think he can stick at a starter as a starter at the major league level? This is why I cut myself off a little bit when I was mentioning guys on the 40-man, because Yoendrys Gomez is someone I want to get pitch data on so badly. This dude has a high spinning fastball. It's got some good vertical break. And the big thing here, he pitches from a 3/4 arm slot. Now, you might go, that's cool, I guess. I mean, that's neat, right? Christian Javier and Nestor Cortez have similar release heights vertically and horizontally to Yoendrys Gomez. And why is this important? Both of those guys are known for having this thing called an invisible. Their four-seam fastball, batters cannot perceive the drop on their four-seam fastball because the arm slot to throw it out of, the spin, all that stuff. Yoendrys Gomez profiles so similarly to Christian Javier. I need him. Like, can he stick as a star at the major league level? Absolutely. If the Yankees do this right, if the Yankees handle Yoendrys Gomez right, who's battled injuries throughout his entire tenure at the minor league level, he can absolutely be a star at the major league level. His stuff is so good. I'm going to pull up FanGraphs. You're going to hear me typing a little bit just so I can check some age comparisons. He just turned 23 in October. He's already been in Double-A. 3.86 ERA, a 27.9% strikeout percentage. Just like Christian Javier and Nestor Cortez, he gives up a lot of fly balls. Christian Javier right now is 25. He debuted at the Major League level at 23, so he's behind the clock there. But if you look at Nestor Cortez, he really broke out at the age of 26, right?
Yeah.
And I'm only saying this because how many guys do you see at the age of 23, 24, throw 100-plus innings and are full-time starters? That list is very, very short, right? Even if
I don't even think McClanahan did that at 24.
Yeah, so I'm going to filter ages 22. We're going to filter ages 20 to 25. That's what we're going to go at. And we're going to look at all qualified starting pitchers at that age range. Oh shit. It just like timed me out for some reason, but I'll let you talk a little bit so I can pull this up and I don't like take up all your airtime.
No, I'm excited for Yoendrys. I think he definitely has the stuff, like you said, Ryan. He could be a like legitimate contributor down the stretch. We just need to see him stay healthy. He's got to put together a full season. It's been 3 years now in the minor leagues where he hasn't been able to put together a full season, or maybe it's been 2 years. But the problem I have with Gomez is simply the best ability is availability, and that's kind of the MO with a lot of Yankees. So it's like if Gomez can actually put together, a full season or at least a good amount of a full season in the minor leagues, he may get a September call up. He is one of still the best pitching prospects in the Yankees farm. I could be mistaken, but I think a lot of prospect publication lists in the past 2 years or so have had him as one of or the top 3 pitchers in the Yankees farm system whenever they do their organizational prospect lists. So I'd like to see Gomez get a call. I just don't know what they're going to want to do with him because I think they're going to want to probably ease him back into overall like pitching a lot of innings and pitching a regular workload before they're like, hey, guess what? You're on the major league roster. So he is on the 40-man. It's a reasonable, like, it makes sense that he's on the 40-man. He is good. He's got great stuff. He is probably the most prized pitching prospect we have. I'd say Clayton Beater's right up there with him. But I think that it's something that we have to let time tell with him. Stuff will easily translate though.
Yeah, so I can't, like, Fangraphs is just crashing every time I try to pull it up. So I've just given up on it. But Yoendrys Gomez, man, I mean, the point is that, you can be a 26, 27-year-old debuting, and that's not really that abnormal. No. Yoendrys Gomez is a big year for him. If he goes out next year, man, and he has a strong, Double-A campaign, push himself up to Triple-A, 2024 is the year for him, man. I am a big fan of Yoendrys Gomez, and I cannot wait to see him pitch in spring training. And again, get some pitch data on him. I just want pitch data. I just want to be able to. Will Warren's another guy too, who I wish, I hope, I pray gets at least an inning. I know he doesn't have a non-roster invite, but some of these guys sneak their way on here or there. I just want to see him pitch an inning. So. I just need pitch data, man. I need it because I could put it through the stuff grader and then we can have like stuff grades in these guys. But moving on, who gets the third base job opening day between Donaldson, LeMahieu, IKF? I think it's
you can cross off the last one.
Yeah, it's between Donaldson and LeMahieu.
Thank God.
If Donaldson goes out, so I'm gonna just pull up his max exit velocity from last year.
Oh, he was in the I believe the like 80th percentile with max
exit
velocity.
But like just the actual number was 111.7. If he hits a ball 113 miles an hour, he's gonna win this. He's gonna win the starting job. Yeah. That's my take. If he hits if he hits a baseball harder than 112 miles an hour, he'll get the starting job. That's my take on it.
I think it's DJ's job at this point. I know the money tied into Donaldson makes the organization probably look at him like, oh yeah, he's got to be the starter. He's making $21 million. I don't know. I want Donaldson to bounce back to where he can be the starter opening day. But at this moment, I'd like to see DJ over there because you look at the defensive metrics. DJ had the same outs above average. I believe he had he had the same defensive runs saved, and I believe he had 3 less outs above average. But he did so in like 350 less innings at third base. However, the Yankees, I still don't know what they're going to do with a couple of these guys on the roster. Like they've still been shopping around Donaldson and Hicks. And of course, because the money they're owed, no one wants them. Whereas IKF, on the other hand, the third guy in this little question, I think he's the guy that gets dealt. So I don't think he's going to have a spot in this team. I still, for the life of me, would like to see him get moved so that way we could have other guys on the roster instead that bring more to the table than a terrible WRC plus, no power, no walks, and then decent defense. He's a pretty good defender at third base especially. But the other thing I do worry about with IKF at third base is that he won that Gold Glove during the COVID year, and that year no one cares about. That has been scrubbed from so many people's minds for baseball because it was just the most out of the ordinary, unorthodox season we ever will have probably seen in our lifetime. There were no fans the entire season. So you don't have to play with anyone in the stadium. You can just kind of focus on yourself and not make mistakes. And I do worry that if he were to play a full season at third base, I don't know if it's going to translate as well as it did in 2020. And I think that the Yankees this year are going to probably elect to go Donaldson, LeMahieu at third with a sprinkle of IKF if he is on the roster. So in my opinion, I think it's going to be DJ. It should be DJ, but I could see the Yankees doing JD. So it's probably the most coin toss of the positional players that we are going to probably like dive into a little bit here as the weeks come by. And I think Donaldson is a true candidate for a bounce back season. Like I don't think it's going to be like a 130 WRC plus 30 home run season like I love to see and like we had hoped to see last year, but a 110 WRC plus with 20 bombs and a lot of people would be back on the I don't hate Donaldson train.
Overpaid doesn't mean bad. I think that's a big key here. You can be overpaid and still have a good season, and that's all I really care about. For
Josh if he posted 2 WAR, he's still overpaid, but he wouldn't be a bad player. Yeah,
you're just talking about like a solid player at that point. Gio Urshela, basically at that point.
A Gio Urshela type.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this with Jeter. I don't know if he'd be awful, but Cameron do it well. Him and Maben, they're. I mean, I know Maben's a good dude, but end of the day, I really can't like project how good of a. It's tough. Like I'm not good at these subjective questions. I
funked her first. Oh, hello.
Hello from San Diego. Hey, man. I'm going to actually be on the West Coast in July, so hopefully catch a Padres game or something like that. Mark, first off, hi.
Hi, Mark.
Did not say hi. Thinks Ortega is a sneaky great signing, can be a great option and a real option left. Can you break him down for us? So everyone who is not aware, we are pushing the Ortega Hicks platoon for left field. It's a platoon for change, folks. Platooning is new baseball. Baseball is better with platoons. We need platooning. Okay, we need platooning. Rafael
Especially Ortega, if you have the men to do it, which we do. We have too many players.
Ortega can hit right-handed pitching well. He pulls a lot of fly balls. That should work really well at Yankee Stadium. I expect him to go out there and give you about a 105 WRC plus, maybe 110 if he's pushing it. Really gets into one, right? And if Aaron Hicks is a 95 WRC plus hitter against right-handed pitching, that's a 5% increase from his last year total. It's going to average out to like a 100 WRC plus from left field.
Yeah.
I said this with Alex on today's episode. The Yankees just need bang average offensively from left field. They'll be fine defensively. They'll be fine base running wise. They just need league average offense. That position was brutal for them last year. They were a terrible, terrible team in left field last year. It was actually really embarrassing. I mean, they finished 11th in WAR among at left field. They had an 86 WRC plus doing it, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. But
the
sure.
defense, Hicks was really good defensively in left.
No, yeah, their defense
because he's terrible in center and he has his bad moments in left field were.
They also had a really good base running team in left field. They had the best BSR out of all their left fielders. But the Yankees, the Yankees just need an okay offensive situation in left field. Not even good, just average. Yep. That'll cut it for me. You go from 86 to 100. That is a huge win for the team. Yep. But another guy that I think is worth mentioning, and I think I got to let you take over here. Willie Calhoun, I think, is another guy who kind of fits this same mold. So I want you to kind of break him down for us a little bit here.
Yeah, well, first, one thing I did want to say on Ortega is that last year and the year before, he played predominantly center field. Like he played, I believe, 3/4 of his games both seasons in center field. And in 2021, he posted a 122 WRC plus with a 1.5 FWAR in only 330 plate appearances. So it's not like Rafael Ortega is a bad player at all. I think it's a great signing by the organization. And that was kind of in the December week or two window where the Yankees made like 3 depth signings where it's like, damn, I used to think this guy was going to be a really good player. And now he's like getting NRIs with the Yankees. And the other guy, like you said, Willie Calhoun. I'm a big Willie Calhoun believer. I don't know why I'm a believer in Willie Calhoun. None of his last 2 or 3 seasons should lead anyone to believe that he's going to be great. But I like to believe that power he had in 2019, juice balls or not, was legitimate. The way he swings the bat, it's a kind of uppercut, underhanded swing where it's like swooping at the baseball underneath it. Heavy, heavy fly ball hitter. And who knows? He could maybe, get a couple of those to the short porch. And I think the Yankees would elect to use him more in the DH than a left field role because his defense is not good at all in left field. But we've seen this in the past. The Yankees in the past have elected for better offense over better defense. And I think that if we wanted to use Calhoun. We'd probably use him more as a DH to supplement days for G. And especially if Giancarlo does get hurt, which I don't want to, say he's going to. You never know, but it is Giancarlo Stanton. He does have kind of a track record of having some injury history here that pops up in the middle and the late in the season. So I think Ortega and Calhoun are two guys that we should all be watching very closely this spring, because one of them is going to make the roster. And that may be a hot take. It may not be a hot take. You may agree with me, Ryan, but I think one of them is kind of a lock to make the roster.
No, I 100% agree. I don't know if it's a lock, but I would say that the Yankees...
the options are like, it's basically like if they wanted to run Hicks as the starter in left field and truly use Oswaldo as that super utility, which they should, that's where his value comes from, then their fourth outfielder is going to be one of the veterans. I don't think they'd like to have our boys, Elijah Dunham, Everson Pereira, come up and be that fourth outfielder, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I totally see your point. Like, I'm not saying that the Yankees are like gonna... It's tough. They need a fourth outfielder. I'm just saying I need to see IKF moved off the roster before I give it 100. Yeah. I'm giving it like 90.
Holding everything up, dude.
There's that 10% chance IKF's still on the roster. And that
can we see like an IKF breaking traded to the Diamondbacks tonight?
Like, it would just also give us news. It'd be pretty funny. So
it'd be great. Yeah. It'd be awesome. Like, again, I don't hate IKF as a person. I just don't like IKF as a Yankee.
Yeah, I don't think the fit's there on the roster anymore.
No, it doesn't make any sense why we went on and got him. It's like we got to get guys like, that are like kind of built for the spotlight and can play under the bright lights. And IKF cannot play under the bright lights.
No, I hear you. Donna, what's up? Hope you're having a good night. Love Curtis Granderson. Most like
Donna.
we are a Curtis Granderson supporting podcast. If I would love to talk. Does Curtis Granderson have Twitter? We should totally talk.
He does. But Curtis Granderson's a very popular Twitter account. So we'd have to pray to God.
Okay. But like,
in fact, I think I DM'd Curtis Granderson saying we'd love to have him.
He doesn't have his DMs open.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, we'll try. I would love to talk to Curtis Granderson.
Yeah, having Grandy would be awesome.
Love to talk to Curtis Granderson.
Maven, I DM'd Maven too, and you didn't respond.
Well, we'll talk to Cameron. What's good, Mario?
We're not talking to Hoodie Maven. No,
we are going to hit
up. Not coming on the podcast.
He's actually been on the podcast before. Way before you were. Yes, back in December, before you came on, we were talking about shortstops. Yeah. There's an hour-long podcast. Yeah.
Oh, God. All right.
Well, hey, moving on. It's my boy. What's good, Mario? How you doing?
What's up, Mario? Mario, it's me, Mario. How you doing, doggy? Good to see you. Glad you're stopping by in the chat.
Hope you're having a good night, man. Hope
the ultimate Yankees fan of all Yankees fans.
Absolutely. Mario. If there's anyone that models what a Yankee fan should be, Mario's like the perfect example.
Yeah, 100%. Like he's like the definition of positivity.
Yeah, like just
we're also gonna have Mario on the podcast soon. Mario, we need to get you on the podcast, dog. And I'll see you in spring training, Mario.
Can't wait. I mean, I wish I could be there, but I'm in Williamson.
I'll FaceTime Ryan.
Nice. Really, you're gonna bring some of that warm energy to the podcast.
Yeah, I'm just known for my warm energy.
Yeah, it's cold as hell out here. I need the Yankees to trade IKF most tradable ever. So yeah,
most tradable player ever.
I actually think like you.
I just love that.
Let's consider 4 factors here. Okay, 4. Okay, 1. I don't know if it need 4. Money, roster spot, not that good of a player, not a great year last year.
And
those
he's young.
4 reasons should be good.
Isn't he 27 still, or is he 28?
He had 22. He's a good base runner. Don't get me wrong, good base runner. But there are 4 tangible reasons why he shouldn't be on the roster. There's no player that is like $6 million. That's so valuable to a team at the deadline. Like if you could just give a team $6 million of luxury tax space, a team would take that any day of the week. Number 2, he's not the best shortstop on the team. He's not the second best shortstop on the team. He's not the third best shortstop on the team. It's Volpe, Peraza, Cabrera. Those are the 3 best shortstops. It's not IKF.
I will say, again, I love to push the anti-IKF agenda as much as anyone. But IKF was not that bad at shortstop. He was bad at balls that weren't hit. I don't think he's a bad
shortstop. But
right? Wasn't it the stat that was like
it was right at him?
He had like negative 11 outs above average on it. That's not good. But there's a reason that IKF pushes the I like defensive runs saved more than outs above average agenda. It's because the stat defensive runs saved likes IKF more than outs above average. So obviously the Yankees are going to be using that to kind of boost the kid's confidence. I just don't think he's not cut from the same cloth to be a Yankees player. And I'm not sitting here saying that like I could do any better, because I know for a fact I probably would shit the bed and go 0 for 40 and then they'd cut my ass. But IKF, on the other hand, is a professional player that the Yankees went out and got to be a stopgap for the shortstops they have that are better. So that time's over. We don't need him anymore.
No, I was saying he's not like the first, like I would say that if I could pick a shortstop on this team, like if I could, if we had a draft, let's say, shortstops, I'm picking 3 guys on that roster before I'm picking him. So I'm not going to pay him $6 million to be here. I wouldn't pick Gleyber. I think at that point, the defense would be so bad, I would take IKF.
Put Hicks at short.
Jesus Christ. I wonder if he could do it. I wonder if
I agree with you, Trev. I think IKF's the guy that I think you agree, Ryan. You're the first one that really kind of like brought this point up that IKF's the most tradable. And again, if you have one of Willie and Ortega on the roster, I could be crazy by saying this. And again, maybe I'm just pumping smoke up my own ass with the Willie Calhoun belief. But I think both guys could be more valuable than IKF on this team if they had the same kind of at-bats over the season.
I think considering the role, yes, because the Yankees need a left fielder more than they need a
and Ortega plays center. He played center decently well last year. Like he could back up Bader, and that'd mean we wouldn't have to use Judge all the time in center as a backup. Because look, Bader's not going to play every day. There's just no way they trust his health enough to play him every day.
He's probably going to get hurt. Like I don't mean to like be negative.
No, but that's the reality of baseball. You have to plan for your guys' injuries and plan around it and build around it. And if the Yankees' plan is to have Judge be the backup center fielder, I don't really love that plan. Because that last year we saw what it did. Granted, Judge filled in center field quite nicely, but he is much better in right field defensively than he is in center. His arm plays up better, his range plays up better, he gets better reads on the ball, and he can just hop on the short porch and rob home runs left and right. So it's like having him in right and having him almost exclusively as a right fielder that plays 150 games is how we should use Aaron Judge. So Ortega would fill that backup center field role. Calhoun, on the other hand, if you put him in center field, we have serious problems with the team. Like we have 35 injuries, and Willie Calhoun is the everyday center fielder. That is how you know we're in the dark spot.
The way I look at it is Ortega provides a little more defensive versatility, so I think he has the edge there. But Calhoun, I think, has the higher offensive ceiling in the sense that he has better raw power. He's a little bit younger. I feels like it's a swing path issue.
Yeah, he's only 28, isn't he?
Calhoun's 28. That's why I said he's a little younger. He has
that's something. Like he's only 28. Yeah, because Ortega's 31.
Yeah, the way I look at it is Ortega's got the better median outcome. Willie Calhoun has the better ceiling. It'll come down to spring training. Very much like how Marwin Gonzalez just kind of won the job because he had a pretty good spring training. It'll be that situation, except hopefully they hit a little bit better than Marwin did. But granted,
hopefully,
granted,
please God, hopefully,
granted,
definitely.
Marwin, for what he was brought to do, kind of did what the Yankees expected.
No, Marwin was brought over to give us the cheater vibes that we didn't get from Correa, and he couldn't even do that.
Hey, it was working for a little bit. It looked
for like a week,
actually
for a training.
Week. No, it was like actually looking like this team was like actually like stealing
but that wasn't
signs.
Marwin Gonzalez.
Maybe it was.
Marwin Gonzalez had like that one diving play in right field that I'll always remember though.
I was at that game.
Bring up this one real quick. If your surgeon kills a loved one, I can complain about it. I don't have to shut up because I also couldn't do the surgery. This is in response to my comment saying I can't really shut on IKF that much because I wouldn't do any better. You are correct, Ryan. And again, we critique guys. Yeah, we critique guys. I mean, that's a lot of baseball media nowadays. It's just a lot of I can say what I want, even though I probably would never play. But it's hard because a lot of the times you do get, shit on for shitting on players. But at the same time, you have to keep them on. They have to hold them responsible. If you are brought over to do a job and you fail at doing your job, why would you be brought back again? It's the same thing I said where it's like if you are in charge of like a company or corporation and you have a quarter that's massively in the red, so far in the red that there's no hopes of getting back to even the yellow, you're not going to be retained as the CEO or CFO of that company. So why is it that IKF had an ass season, did nothing that the team expected, got benched in the playoffs for rookies, and then they're like, here's $6 million, welcome back.
Yeah, I can't see a reason for him to be on the team next year. But
we can go back up here to these ones. Up here,
we're probably gonna move off from IKF for just a little bit, just so we can blow by some of these and talk about different things because we've been talking about IKF for a decent amount of time.
We're at this one. This is where we're at. Jared, I'll let you take over back on the clicking from here.
Jared, what's good? Do you think the Yankees are gonna get City Connect jerseys?
Nobody's sick.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like every team has to have one before 2020 by 2024, right?
Really?
I don't think.
Dude, I want to see the one. I want to see like the old Yankees jerseys, like from like the 1910s, 1920s.
There's no shot.
And the Y on the sides, or maybe a B and an X for the Bronx.
That would be dope.
Sick.
A BX design would be dope. I think a Bronx themed design is what I would go for.
Yeah, then you could have like the traditional like Yankees like old logo on the hat as well. Keep it kind of like by the book. I love City Connect jerseys. They're like, in my opinion, the best jerseys that the MLB has released in a while for like special jerseys.
One, though.
Like they're way better than the Father's Day jerseys and the Mother's Day jerseys, way better than the Players Association jerseys or whatever those were, where it's like all rise on the back of Judge's jersey.
The Little League one, but I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know why they got rid of it because like it wasn't that bad. Like, I thought the players' nickname thing was dope. Like I don't know why
I just hated the design of the jerseys.
That's fine. I think the first year design wasn't bad. It
That's
was
true.
the second year design that was pretty like, why is it just an all black jersey or all
The
white
Yankees
jersey?
could get a 6 City Connect jersey if they wanted to.
Right. They need to actually stop being like, okay, I know that they try to do like the whole we're professional thing. If they go out and like, we're going to make it simplistic and we're not going to try to do too much.
Yeah, like a B and an X on like one side and the other, like their
Right.
old jerseys would be so
No,
clean,
what I'm
dude.
saying, like, if they try to say like, oh, we don't do flash, we don't do designs, we don't do that. Like, we're above that. Like, you haven't won a World Series in 13 years. Drop the
We're
shit.
above that.
Okay? Drop the shit. I hate when they do this, where it's like, we're above having beards. Shut the fuck up. You're not. You're absolutely not. No, you are not above beards. Look at your 5-starter. You think you're above beards? Look at your 5-starter. I want you to look at who your 5-starter is.
Domingo Germán.
Google. Do not Google what. Do not. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna. We're just
No, go ahead and Google Domingo
I was gonna
Germán
say-
domestic abuse.
No, I was
and
just
then
gonna
you'll
say,
figure out why no
do
one likes
not-
Domingo Germán.
Do not play the we are above beards. We're above flashy designs.
But we're not above
professional.
slapping your girlfriend at a baseball
Right?
event.
It's like, dude, just have some fun and grow up a little bit. Oh my god, dude, Jesus
These organizations, they
Christ.
do love to play the white knight role, where they're like, "We're
Like,
better
dude,
than this."
Could you imagine? Could you like you know how you mentioned trading for Jazz Chisholm? Could you
It'd be
imagine
awesome.
sitting down and saying, "All right, we just traded for you. Can't dye your hair. Change your hair a little bit. Let's clean it up."
You can't
What's
do
wrong
no
with you?
more fun for you.
Yeah, no more fun. Like, oh shit, I hate it here. Why would I sign an extension? Let me go play for like the Dodgers and go do that crazy shit. Make a boatload of money, live in LA. Like, come on, man.
Yep.
Grow up a
Yep.
little bit. But
Agreed. But I think City Connect jerseys would be awesome. And I
They
didn't
would
know
be.
that every team had to have them by 2024. So in that
Yeah.
case, the Yankees will have to get City Connect jerseys at some point. Hopefully they're not just literally like New York, like the Yankees jerseys, but like navy blue.
yeah, if
then
they're
I'd be like,
ugly,
what
I'm
is
gonna
this?
be upset.
What
I
is
did not
this?
wait this long for that.
Just copy and paste, but on blue instead of gray.
I'm gonna be so mad if they do that. Wilfred,
It would
great
be a Yankees move though.
It would be. Great insight on Gomez. Randy Vasquez on the 40-man roster is another guy I'll really be paying attention to in spring training. That 3,100 RPM curveball really sticks out.
Oh, he's
Absolutely.
filthy. Ryan's been
his stuff
pushing
is
Randy
gross.
Vasquez propaganda for a while.
Yeah, his stuff is gross. I mean, his stuff is really, really, really good. And quite frankly, when we're talking about guys who have excellent stuff, we're typically talking about guys who either make it as a starting pitcher or a relief pitcher. The fastball shape needs a little bit of work. You know, either he A, becomes more spin efficient, or B, gets a little more sink on the fastball. But quite frankly, the secondaries are elite. The curveball, I mean, it's such a good pitch. The changeup's a plus pitch. He's got 2+ pitches in his arsenal. Would like to see the strikeouts go up next year. But even then, a 16% strikeout to walk percentage and 50% ground ball rate is that's actually like a good range of success. The highest ERA in that group of pitchers last year to throw over 100 innings was Alex Cobb at a 3.73. He's a pretty good pitcher. The low and two guys who I want to point out that were on this list, Shane McClanahan and Sandy Alcantara. Both those guys were in that same category. You know, if you can control your launch angles, if you can control contact a little bit and have an above average strikeout to walk rate, you'll be an above average pitcher in this league. I know you mentioned the pitching side of the farm is not as deep, and I 100% agree. There's no like Anthony Volpe or even an Oswald. There's no Jason Dominguez for sure on the pitching side of the ball in that farm system, but they do have some good guys that I think can take some leaps forward. Yoendrys Gomez, Randy Vasquez, I think are two guys to definitely look at on the 40-man roster. But yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No, I will say this. If you flipped Randy Vasquez to where he's pitching like a lefty, his curveball reminds me of, now this is going to hurt for some people in the chat. It reminds me of Patrick Corbin's back in the day when he was with the D-backs. Patrick Corbin used to have a filthy, disgusting curveball slider combo. Sadly, Patrick Corbin has since fallen into the face of the earth and into the pit of dismay, and we will never see him again. But I mean, if you have a curveball that's disgusting, think of Sonny Gray's curveball back in the day with the A's. He basically made his money off of that curveball for a while. So there are a lot of good pitchers. My point is that there are a lot of good pitchers in baseball that rely on the secondary pitch and kind of use it as a primary, but still play off their fastball. And Vasquez could be one of those guys.
Yeah, so I was thinking kind of like a 30-30-30 split here in terms of pitch usage, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Oh, I got it. So I know I just mentioned like Domingo Germán's an awful person, but if you took Domingo Germán and like even his 2019 stuff, he had like 88 ERA minus, like that's a pretty good ERA
It was
minus.
pretty solid 2019.
If you took Domingo Germán back then and gave him like better stuff, that's kind of what we're looking at here. And I think that would be either A, a really good reliever, or B, a pretty good starting pitcher. But we'll have to wait and see on that regard. And I
But
can't wait to see
Vasquez and
this big
Gomez are
trade.
two guys that are potentially, like, I think are kind of on the door knocking for
Yeah.
the next prospects that we'll probably see in the rotation or the bullpen in some capacity.
Yep. Josh Donaldson could bounce back and at least have a 106 WRC plus season. Highest I think I can see for Donaldson's a 113.
Yep. Anywhere between that, I'll be happy.
The way I will say this though, I feel like if you're going to say the median is a 106, because that's what you're saying, or maybe you're not saying the median is, but bounce back to at least a 106. I think you're saying that's roughly what you can expect from him. Mm-hmm. I feel like only 7 WRC plus points higher as your ceiling is a little bit low. I could be wrong here. Maybe the median.
I think his ceiling is what he's saying has fallen off. Like, I think his floor is much higher than this last season we saw, but I don't think his ceiling is the 130, 140 WRC plus we were used to seeing from JD.
I think I'm lower on his floor and higher on his ceiling. I think I think there's a lot. I think older players have a larger distribution.
True. I just worry about his bat speed. That's it.
Right. Like Zips, their 80th percentile projection from is a 119 OPS plus and an 80 OPS plus for his 20th percentile. That's a wide gap in results. It's a huge. I mean, we're talking about, borderline all-star versus DFA'd by May, right? Like that's a huge gap. So, ultimately, I think we're looking at he's going to be a hard player to project for next year, and I think that's kind of the best way to look at it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be better than this year, but that's not really saying much considering offensively this year he was kind of a potato half the time.
Yeah.
And then come postseason, he was the face of all the things that went wrong with the Yankees. Everyone knows that picture of him laughing back to the dugout after striking out on 3 pitches, all 3 in the zone. It was not a good look. So if Josh Donaldson can at least save his image a bit this year, I think it'll help his play. Because last year we saw it happen after the post-Tim Anderson, Jackie Robinson incident. He fell off a cliff. And if this year he's kind of going into baseball with a clear mindset, teammates have his back, he has theirs. He does kind of fill in that overall veteran leadership role that the team wanted him to do last year. And he brings that edge and spark that they wanted. I can see Josh Donaldson bouncing back. Like, I don't think he's going to be a great player, but he could be a good player.
Yeah, the way I view it is, can Josh Donaldson hit a ball 113 miles an hour? If he can in spring training, good things are going to happen. If he doesn't, maybe you hold out hope it happens sometime in April, but if it just doesn't happen, get ready to...
I think he has a somewhat short leash.
I think the leash is short. I think Hicks can survive the roster if he's the same player he was last year. Because
of course he can, because Hicks is the token child from
because he's also he's actually a good the Yankees.
Well, Donaldson's a much better defender than
hear me out. The Yankees would need a 4th outfielder more than they would need a backup third baseman. And there's not the way I view it is Elijah Dunham isn't the same prospect Anthony Volpe is, and Elijah Dunham's probably the closest notable outfield prospect they have to the major league level. Dominguez is
Pereira,
No, what?
Pereira's above him.
You know what? If
Pereira's really Pereira making it out of spring, dude. If they don't want to go with the veteran guys like Ortega and Calhoun, and they want them in AAA, I could see Pereira being the sneaky guy that makes the roster.
If Pereira starts Pereira,
I want it to be Dunham, but I wouldn't care if it's Pereira. I wouldn't be mad about Pereira.
The way I look at it is not that Pereira is going to make the team out of camp, but if he's playing with the starters a lot, and he gets to AAA, he starts out in AAA next year, and it's June, and he's got a 130 WRC plus in AAA. He's
probably starting center field at AAA too,
right? He's just bopping, dude. Like, he's just crushing, right? Like, he's just the boys are bopping in Scranton. You know what I mean? And Aaron Hicks is the 80 WRC plus. Yeah, man, that would change the conversation a lot. The boys would be bopping though. If that would be a boys bopping situation.
Boys bopping.
We want to see the boys bopping. We want to see Everson Pereira and the boys bopping. Pereira. Could you imagine how cool it would be? Pereira, Volpe, Peraza, Cabrera, Dominguez, Dunham. Just throw all the dudes who were at some point with the Somerset Patriots over the last years. Just give me all the dudes who won the championship with the Somerset Patriots last year.
That'd be a good team.
Sprinkle some Chaparro at first base. Give me some Oswaldo Cabrera at third. Give me some Volpe, Peraza up the middle. Wells at catcher. Give me Dunham at left. Give me Pereira in center field. And then give me Dominguez in right field.
We'll keep judging right.
No. But like a post clinch lineup, that'd be fire. Give me Randy Vasquez on the bump. Dude, that'd be
Randy
dope.
And Yoendrich in the roto.
Dude, just give me all rookie lineup.
Matt Crook in the bullpen.
Matt Crook to close the game.
Oh,
That'd be heat. That Matt Crook to close the game. Oh, Carson
be heat.
Coleman to close the game. No. You give Randy Vasquez 6 innings. You give Matt Crook 2 innings,
Fireside
and then
Yankees
you give
guy,
the ball
baby.
to Carson Coleman. That would be fire. And then he strikes out the guy and he goes, shout out Fireside Yankees. No, I'm joking. Okay, now we're just fanfic. Right? We're doing some fanfic here. But moving on, believe in the bringer of rain. Mario, I hope you're right. I have faith
love JD
that
Mario.
I'm giving him time. I'm giving him not a blank slate, but
I
I'm
give
giving
him till
time.
end of May to see how he's doing.
Yeah, I'm giving him patience.
Maybe middle of June to give him the veteran extension.
Yeah, we're over here. We're all about the vibes. We're all about the patience. We're talking about the boys bopping. We're not talking about the season is over. You know what I mean?
Early in the season, JD was him. Like the people, the fans, the boys in the clubhouse, they all fucked with JD.
The boys were bopping.
Like JD's walk off against Boston, like the first series of the season, that was like peak moments. His game against the Tigers, where he hit like the grand slam and like the 3 doubles, was elite. Yeah. The game against the Rays as well, where he clutched up. I think he also had a nice clutch hit against the Blue Jays. Like Donaldson, that's the weird thing. I think he had the most walk-offs on the Yankees last year too. Like
I don't know if that's true, but it
maybe it was like most or second most.
I feel like Judge might be one, but I'm thinking Grand Slam
Donaldson had like 6 or 7.
Grand Slam, Boston again. I'm forgetting another. White Sox. No, Tigers.
He also, I think he had one against the White Sox too, because that was like the beginning of the Jackie shit.
No, the reason I'm saying I don't think he did is because I remember a morning. It was against the Central team, and I think it was the Tigers. It was a walk-off, like sac fly. It looked like it could have gone out. It was against Gregory Soto. Yeah. And then the other 2 were Boston, and then the whole Grand Slam against the Rays. But those were objectively dope.
Yeah.
He's just got to, he's got to be, he can be icy, but he has to be like, first off, don't talk to anyone else, please. Just don't talk. Just like.
We give Donaldson a muzzle.
Please don't. But yeah. Moving on, though. We talked about him. He's not going to be the third baseman.
He definitely will be.
And look, Ortega and is definitely a better. I think Ortega's the better hitter. I don't think anyone really has.
The only
it's just a
difference is that
defensive base
Ortega,
running.
Yeah. Hicks is definitely the better athlete of the two, which is saying something because Aaron Hicks is not the greatest athlete. But I think that, again, for $10 million a year for Hicks, that's the other thing people have to realize a little bit with Hicks is that in today's market with baseball players getting what they get in the contracts and the inflation of prices, and then looking at FanGraphs FWAR per dollar calculation, Aaron Hicks making $10 million for a 1.5 FWAR is not an overpay at all. The problem is that it's for 3 years, and Aaron Hicks has to keep being at least bang average, or at least what he's doing for the next 3 years for that to kind of look like a good deal. Because when he signed the contract, it was a great deal. $10 million a year for a guy that just came off of a 4.5 FWAR season or a 4.3 FWAR season and was one of the best defensive center fielders in baseball. Because I believe he signed his deal, coming off of 2018, or was it coming off of 2017?
18, I believe.
Either way, it looked like a good deal at the time. 7 for 70 for an outfielder of his quality was not a bad deal. Switch-handed bat, walked 14% of the time, struck out like 20. Like, it was a great deal. Sadly, Aaron Hicks has gotten injured, struggled to find consistent playing time, struggled with the mental side of baseball, struggled to fit in with the Yankees lifestyle and the play under the lights, and we've seen him regress dramatically. But $10 million still isn't the worst overpay. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that have far worse contracts, so I will say that.
The way I look at it is like I really can't sit here and say that if Hicks is like slightly better than what he was last year, that it's a bad contract for like the next 3 years. Like it just wouldn't be. It's just
if he's better than last year, it could allow them to move him in the offseason easier.
Yeah, I think a good Aaron Hicks season does that as well, which is kind of an important under-discussed factor of all this. And another year gone from the contract, you would be trading 2 years at $20 million. So that'll be a wait and see. But looking here. Hello all. Hey Franklin, how you doing? Shouldn't the Yankees try to trade Stanton already?
Franklin.
With Stanton gone, the team would have more flexibility. So I want to clarify 2 things. Number one, he has a no trade clause, and he's not waiving it to go to like some dump, right? That's first.
Giancarlo hitting in Colorado though. Ooh.
Yeah, but he's just like I would never want to go there if I was him. Like even I don't care about the kind of stuff, right? Like it just like no.
I don't think we try to trade Stanton at all. I mean,
and then the reason
he's good. He's a good player.
Number 2
has to be healthy.
Like, look, I'm not sitting here saying that if you traded Stanton, like if the Yankees traded Stanton, could they would that give them more financial flexibility and roster flexibility? Absolutely, right? If the Yankees could trade Stanton, I don't imagine that you could trade for Jock Peterson and be like, let's say he is a worse hitter than Stanton. I don't think that's a debate. Right. Even though last year, Stanton was a worse hitter than Peterson is, I think projecting forward, Stanton's the better hitter. Right. but you don't have big money tied down to DH, which is a position you typically don't want to tie down money to.
Correct.
But in every other team would feel that exact same way, if not more, because unlike the Yankees, $22 million has a less detrimental opportunity cost than $22 million does to almost every other franchise in baseball. So you're going to have to trade a lot to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Are you going to trade Anthony
attach a
Volpe?
prospect if you wanted to trade his contract?
I'm not just even talking, if you want to get rid of the whole thing, Anthony Volpe, that's the starting price. You want to get rid of part of it?
Owed like $100 million the next 5 years.
Right. So do you want to pay Stanton $10 million, let's say, because you're paying, let's say, half his contract, $10 million a year to not play for you? I feel like that's silly, right? You saved $10 million and you traded prospects to do it. It just doesn't feel like that would make much sense for the Yankees.
And when he's on, he's still one of the best hitters in baseball.
Right. You just bank that he gets some of the more upside of that contract. You get a little more value out of it. And if not, I don't like sunk cost fallacy, but this feels like that you have to buy into that just because you have to trade your way out of it. Whereas you can't just it's not like it doesn't make sense. You're trading more value than you should, and the Yankees can absorb more. The Yankees can absorb the Stanton contract more than other teams can.
Yeah, I mean, he had 31 home runs last year in a down year, and like the worst year of his career. Like, he's still an elite hitter. He just needs to actually be healthy and not have things like impact his swing. And the way he swings is so much upper body movement that if he has an injury in his foot or in his thigh or his hamstring, he's screwed, because all of it is just twist and then use his shoulders and forearms to swing, and the lower half is supporting all of that weight. So if Stanton gets injured, you're going to see it, and we saw it last year. But a healthy Giancarlo is still one of the most feared hitters in baseball. I think Stanton's going to have a huge year this year. I don't know why. I just think he's going to have like a 45, 50 home run year. Could be I know we talked about this earlier in one of the episodes. I may be sprinkling a little bit of money on a Giancarlo Futures MVP for the AL bet, because I know he's a DH. I don't give a shit. If Giancarlo goes up there and hits 60 home runs, he could easily win the MVP award.
Yeah, no, the way I look at it is he's a really good player. And
what other players in baseball, except for like Judge, like Trout, and like Jordan, have like 60 home run potential?
I mean, the way I look at it is just that,
no one has the pure power that Giancarlo Stanton has. That's a fact.
No, I mean, again, end of the day, it's just,
and Judge.
It's one of those things where it's like it just doesn't make sense. It's not going to happen 1 and 2. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I think Ryan puts it perfectly here. Any team that would consider waiving his no clause for would be in on Ohtani next year. Exactly. Like, why, if you're the Dodgers, like, man, we have a chance to show Ohtani. Let's just trade for Giancarlo Stanton instead. Like, what? No, you're not gonna do that. You should have signed Ohtani, right? So, we're gonna move on a little bit just to get quickly get through things here. What's up? How you doing? 161 Rivenue Ave. Oh my God, I can't speak.
Yeah, you're struggling, Ryan.
I said Rivenue Ave. Wow.
Rivenue.
We're struggling today. But we hope we're doing great. Thank you for the kind words. I'm struggling today. Good evening, Ryan. You already know.
Right.
An absolute a fan favorite in the chat. You guys should come down to Tampa for open practice workouts. I can't come down in college, but
I'll
Nick
be there.
will be in Tampa.
I'll be in Tampa. I'm gonna go check out the backfields as well. See if I can see some more minor leaguers. Maybe get some Spencer Jones looks over there.
Perhaps.
Who knows? I'm excited. Hopefully we even get Roger Arias. If I see Roger Arias, I'm gonna lose my shit. Roger Arias, in my opinion, is gonna be the next big star in this Yankees prospect list.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give him another year of professional baseball, and this dude will be flying up people's prospect lists.
Yeah, the way I look at
22% of the time.
He's gonna be special now.
He hits the ball. He learns to hit the ball, and he's a god.
Yeah, booyah, get Yanks. You see the Yankees getting profiled all in spring training. I think if they sign an outfield, it would be David Peralta. I just don't see. I feel like Profar. I mean, it depends. Like, is his price going to drop 1 and 2?
If it drops,
Yankees have to trade IKF.
$7 million. Yeah.
But you know what? The Yankees have to trade IKF. We cannot have any of these conversations until we move IKF.
And no one's taking Donaldson. The only guy that people are probably going to take are Glaber and IKF. And I swear to God, if this organization hangs on to IKF instead of Glaber, I'm going to lose my mind.
I don't want to speculate there because I don't want to get upset about something that I don't know anything about. But I will say the Yankees can't sign anyone until they move IKF or Glaber or just move any money. And quite frankly, even if they were to move $6 million, $6 million just to spend it immediately and go back right up against the wall feels a little bit silly. So I think David Peralta would definitely be a guy you could give $2-3 million to, and you still have some cap space. Quite frankly, I really do think the Yankees sign David Peralta, but I could be wrong there. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Who knows?
Wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, maybe I heard a birdie.
I mean, David Peralta crushes righties. Can't do anything against a lefty to save his life, but he could be a nice platoon guy. Have him and Ortega screw Hicks.
Hey man, I mean, you wouldn't.
Actually, no, Ortega's the same way though. Yeah,
it would be Peralta and Hicks most likely.
About that. I was like, yeah. Oh, shit. Ortega also can't really hit lefties.
But hey, maybe a birdie has told me something about Peralta.
You know who could have solved all this? Jock Peterson.
Yeah, he would have solved a lot of our problems. He would, she wouldn't have left me. She would have taken the kids. Maybe I'd still have the kids, the car, the house. Ryan. Yeah, But yeah, no, I just want to say, I just want to put this out there. I may or may not know a little bit something about Peralta and the Yankees. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I know something.
We already read that one.
Yep. Or I think it's a great fourth outfielder. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to be similar to Gardner 2021 because Gardner was defense first, bat second. I think.
Yeah, but I can see the overall impact of his value, like the F4 kind of correlation. I can see that a bit, where it's like he's more known for his offense than his defense, but he still probably puts up a 1.5, 2 F4.
The reverse Brett Gardner.
Brett Gardner.
For a good month. There was a month where he had like a 100 something.
Yeah, don't remind me about that.
That was a good time for baseball.
Because that was when Marwin was playing a lot too, and it was just painful.
Marwin and Higgy hit home runs in spring training against pitchers that were State Farm agents 3 months later. Star. That's our first star of the night.
Tonight, You're not wrong. I mean, Higgy made a living off of his spring training. It's the only reason he's still on the team.
Mark says Ortega is also playing in the WBC for Venezuela, so we'll get to see him against pretty good competition. Yep, that'll be exciting. That'll be some fun. Gets your Ortega drop some freaking nukes, some bombs, maybe. Hopefully not against the
Nukeronis.
Yeah, some taters. Bopping with the boys. Just bopping with the boys. You see, that's one thing I love about baseball, man. You can just
second decky lip pill.
Jesus Christ. Moving on. Marvin Gonzalez is better than I'm not gonna say that.
Some have been Wade. Screw you. Wade is better than him at everything. Marluz couldn't lick their shit off of Wade's cleats. Next question.
I'm just gonna say, has Tyler Wade considered being a major league caliber player? Moving on. Boxy,
no, but Marwin didn't. It wasn't for him. That's why he's playing in Japan. Moving on.
Yo. Boxy, yo, what's good? You gotta read it as yo. It's not yo. It's yo.
It's yo.
Nah, it's yo. It's
not. It's yo.
There's no way. There's no shot. That's
yo.
Boxy,
yo.
Please still be here.
It's
Boxy,
not
yo. Please tell us if it's yo or yo. It's yo. It's yo. I'm telling you, we're gonna.
Then why is it yo? Maybe it's yo.
Yo, no, yo is spelled the same way.
Yo is spelled Y-O-O-O.
No,
yo,
I'm telling you.
Not
I'll prove it to you. Should I start some Jazz Chisholm discourse again?
Do it.
No, I'm not doing this again. I don't think Ortega will play at all.
Miracles on me.
This is a good point. If he's fighting for a major league roster spot, is he going to miss what could be potentially part of spring training?
That's true. I didn't think of that.
He
may not, but we'll find out tonight at 9 p.m. or when the official are allowed. So we'll know.
Buy or sell Jazz Chisholm and Brad Hampton.
That is what we call. I can't even think.
They both need to be Yankees at some point at the same time for shits and giggles. I think we can agree.
Yeah,
right?
So Brad Hand would post a 12K over 9 and like a 45% whiff rate, and it'd be like, wow, the anti-Ryan Garcia narrative season.
That would be funny. I would be so down for that. It's supposed. This was talking about like the beards and like it's supposed to separate us from other teams. I get it, but
no, I get that. And it was instituted a long time ago. Like it's been something that they've believed in for a while. It's the same reason they don't have names on the back of their jerseys to keep them professional and differentiate. And you want to play for the team on the front, not for the name on the back. But the beards, I don't really care that much. I just think it's kind of funny, and I just think it's like at this day and age in baseball, why do we still enforce it?
The hair and beards is just I don't like it.
Yeah,
to each their own. To each their own.
Yeah.
I'm also super excited about Drew Thorpe. His problem coming out was velocity, and he's bulked up over the offseason. He'll be able to go through the gas station program. If he gets velo, he'll be elite.
Gas station program. I like that.
Drew Thorpe is someone who, if you can get him to sit 93, 94, is probably going to fly through the minors, kind of Will Warren-esque, where he
wasn't Drew Thorpe wasn't he our third or fourth round draft pick last year?
I think it was our second or third.
Yeah, I think so.
Could have been our second round pick, but yeah, no. He was last year.
Also, as a guy that goes to the University of Utah, shout out my boy St. George, Utah, Drew Thorpe.
Wait, he was Utah?
He's from St. George.
I thought he was from Oregon. That's why. I think he played in Oregon.
He probably did.
Oregon. I could be wrong.
He grew up in St. George.
Gotcha. All right. You see,
Couple hours north of me.
my brain's not working today.
Maybe south of me. Fuck if I know.
They sat Mattingly so, and I think that's bullshit. But it was also like the 90s, so it's whatever. To be fair, the only guys who complain about the beards are the players we dump. It's someone.
Yeah, no one ever
wants it.
Yeah, no one complains about it when they're on the team either. So it's not like it's a big issue to them. It's not really a big issue to us. I just think it's a funny issue is all.
No, I don't disagree, but I just want to see these dudes. I want to see the boys bopping.
I want to see Judge with like a Fu Manchu mustache this season.
You see, Boxy confirmed. Ryan got it. It's you. I told you.
Boxy, go ahead and kick you from the chat.
That's that New York City lingo right there. But I want to trade you on GC Gomez, to be honest. I disagree.
Does have some value. I can see him getting traded for Anthony Santander.
But give him some time. I need him to have some time to marinate in the farm before the Yankees make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, like a nice, when you have a nice, you make a nice pot roast. You know what I'm saying? A nice talking Italian beef. Ooh, I could kill for an Italian beef right now. Dude. You don't just like cook it in 15 minutes. It takes time. The meat takes time, love, appreciation, development. Give him a couple of miles per hour on the fastball, make it get some more spin efficiency. Get some sweep on the slider, and then you put it in the bread, put the jardinara on it, dip it in the au jus. That's when you do.
You got to have the au jus. You don't have the au jus, you're not doing it right.
Right, but that doesn't happen in 15 minutes. It's a process, right? And that's the same way I feel about Andres Gomez. Either if he has, if because of the release time and all that stuff, I think that's so unique that if he's decent as a starting pitcher in AA next year, I would be still hesitant to trade him, but I could be wrong. If it's for the right guy. Yeah, I find if you're a player that would complain about beards and haircuts yourself, like having to shave and get a haircut bothers you that bad.
Well, I mean, it depends. I think Charlie Blackmon would have a severe issue with coming to the Yankees.
But I'm not saying
Brandon Marsh would not want to play for the Yankees.
The way I'm looking at it is I don't think a guy would sign with the Yankees and say, all right, I'm not shaving. But if you get traded to the Yankees and you don't really have the option to waive your no trade clause, it's not that it's a massive life quality issue. It's just dude, why the fuck do you care?
You're such a narc. Quality of life.
Not you, Trevor. I'm saying I would be
I can't live my life because I don't have a beard.
If I am Luis Castillo was a guy where the Yankees were thinking about trading for him,
and he had to cut his dreads.
Right. Where it's I'd be sitting there okay, just to get this straight, because they would have had to trade Volpe. Let's say the Yankees traded Volpe for Luis Castillo. Be okay, you traded Anthony Volpe.
Okay.
You traded Anthony Volpe. And let's say the Yankees also gave him the same extension the Mariners gave him. So a 5-year, $100+ million extension. You gave me $100 million guaranteed. You traded Anthony Volpe. And if I don't cut off my dreads, you're willing to forego all of that to prove a point?
It's a dumb when it comes to that stuff. Yeah,
if you're willing to forego all of that to prove a point, you guaranteed my $100 million. I'm gonna prove a point. Fuck you.
I mean, you're right. Even guys even look back when we got Brian McCann a couple years ago. Brian McCann had a thick beard with the Braves, and he came over and shaved and looked like he was 25. So it's there are guys that waive it and don't really put up a gripe about it. They don't really care. And at the end of the day, a lot of them just end up coming over because they want to play for the Yankees and they're willing to put up with some of the dumb rules. It is what. No,
I get. I mean, again, being a Yankee, there's more to it than just the beard. But at the same time, Ryan Garcia is anti-beard policy. We talked about
DJ Snelton on the NRI episode.
Right. So we have to. That one's coming out tomorrow morning. But yes, he throws 100 now. And he throws fucking gas. So
yeah, it's crazy because Ryan, what was it? You talked about 2018 through 89.
Yeah, he throws gas now. He was in the gas. He was with Driveline in the gas station, popping with the boys, and it just came together. That's what happens.
Boys, baby. What's popping with the boys?
Ignore strength training. Constantly throwing plyo balls, whatever. Throw that crap out the window. If you just bop with the boys, you gain 10 miles an hour on your fastball. With the boys. You guys feel however you want, but that's how I feel about the green policy. I do not care how people feel about it, but I'm gonna stick. I'm not changing my opinion on the beard policy. And Perez is definitely possible. Don't think he's ready yet, but he's very close. Yep, I wrote an article about him.
He's the closest of the prospects that are the outfield prospects, even closer than Dunham.
Well, Dunham, we know Dunham's gonna be in AAA. I don't know if Pereira is gonna start out in AAA. We know Dunham's gonna start in AAA.
But Pereira may start out in AAA because who's the AAA center fielder as of this moment? It'd be one of Ortega. If he's not on the roster, it'd be Ortega. I could see Pereira getting the AAA nod.
I'm blinking because I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could see Pereira getting the AAA nod.
Hold
But then
on.
again, he could also start in Double-A but then they also have Jason Rosario that they really like. That he plays center field.
Yeah,
So
he's
he
all
may
right.
start in
They
center
picked
field.
he's
The Yankees have a
solid,
lot of really good prospects in the outfield and the infield and catcher position. You know, the fact that the Yankees are ranked like
Hold on.
It's you, Ryan. That's
Oh, it's so gross.
What's that smell? What is that smell? Literally?
Well, it doesn't smell bad here now, but it's like a strong smell now. So, opening day closer, Clayton Beater. Yeah, give me some. Dude, we need. I don't understand. Why is Clayton? Can we please invite him? Dude, there are so many guys. I just want one inning of. Just one inning, and don't even just don't even speak of it. Just have him throw. Just be like, all right, go out there and throw your fastball 5 times and your slider 5 times. All right, like what the fuck? Oh, okay, yeah, just do that, please.
Ryan,
please.
this year Clayton Beater is going to be this year's Steven Ridings for this team. He's going to come up and pitch for like 3 games, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh my god, then we'll never see him again."
No, not even regular. I'm talking spring training. I just need this. Please, por favor. I need the stuff plus data. I need the spin rates. Please, por favor. Please. Give me. I need pitch data, dog.
I don't know if we see Clayton this year, but I wouldn't be shocked. That's the thing
with
with
the best
Yankee
pitcher
team.
named Clayton in the last century.
Well,
what do you think?
I don't know about that.
Maybe. Moving on, though.
He is also a Dodgers product.
Dude. Oh, I think the boys would truly be bopping. The boys would 100% be bopping if Jason Dominguez was somehow good enough to get to Major League Baseball this year. The boys bopping wouldn't even describe it. The boys would be. It wouldn't even be bopping. What would you count it as? I think I'd count it as like just straight up. I mean, I can you come up with the word for it? Is there really a word that could properly describe what the boys would be doing if he was
probably bopping?
But like I feel like it'd be more than bopping. There's got to be a more special word.
Did he bopping?
More so, maybe. I think it's coming from Ryan Garcia. Yes, I think he's shitting his pants. Okay, thank you very much. The White Sox brought in a lefty and Stanton hit a double, and Donaldson hit one. Yes. Oh,
that's
my
what it
God.
was. It was the White Sox.
Yeah. No, this wasn't a walk.
Oh, this is the different game. This is the different.
No, but it was just dope as shit. It was just dope as shit. Like that series.
That game was sick. That was a fun series. All Jackie and Tim Anderson shit aside, that was a really fun series.
Yeah, no.
Now it's gonna be even easy against the White Sox because the White Sox are trash.
No, that was a dope as shit.
Who's in the White Sox rotation right now? Outside of they got Cease. Praying to God Kopech doesn't suck again.
Well, Lynn was like an ERA underperformer.
Yeah, Lynn's not bad, but Lynn's also age 36, 37 season.
He's a pretty good pitcher. I'd say he's confidently a good pitcher. He's on the good
Kopech,
side.
Dude, that guy. His peripherals are not friendly.
His stuff is good. He just doesn't as a starter. It was just not there.
Yeah, but when he was, I don't know why they ever moved him out of the reliever because long relief Kopech was fucking him.
Yeah, but the stuff was so good. You had to try. I think it would have been stupid never to try.
Yeah, but they also tried with Crochet. Then they moved him to their setup man.
But I think the difference is you had to try. You had to try it once with him. You had to try it once with Kopech at the very least.
Gleyber for Crochet. I've heard that deal going around a lot. If we do that, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm not trading.
I'm not
trading Gleyber for a reliever.
But I'm not trading Gleyber for anyone unless it's a starter or an impact left fielder.
He isn't ready for next year to start off spring training.
Oh, he's not.
So. He's got Tommy John.
Well, no, but I thought he was in the same boat as got it early in the season where he missed.
He got it in April, but he wouldn't be ready for April. I need a guy who's at the very least gives me game 1 to game 162 top 10 reliever. Sure, but no,
I would not do that. No one would do that for Gleyber Torres.
You wouldn't.
No one would give up a top 10 reliever for Gleyber Torres.
I don't disagree. Would you? Okay. If you
I would.
No, you're right. I definitely exaggerate.
I don't think any other team would. I think Gleyber Torres last year at the deadline probably could have fetched a Mantiply, and I would not have done that. But at the time, Mantiply was a top 12, top 15 reliever.
I think it would have been I think if you can, is Mantiply really a top 15 reliever?
At the deadline, he was.
I mean, I guess
he had a 1.3 ERA last year at the deadline with an astronomical ground out rate.
But you also have to think we're talking top 15, man. I mean, that's
no, you're right.
It's a tight knit circle.
You're right.
Donaldson had some nice. Yeah, he had some icy moments. He
did, and I think he's gonna have some icy moments this year too if he's on the team.
You think Yankees roll back the same lineup again, or do you think Cashman, Sabian, and Manaea work on something big?
I don't think they're working on anything big.
Right.
Cashman's already called this offseason over. He's done. He's ready to start the year.
Yeah, I think we're going to
wait until the deadline.
We're going to be looking at a youth movement, and that'll be the big thing here. But I'm excited.
And I'm fine with that, honestly, because the youth movement is probably going to see an improvement of about 3-4 wins, which is all we really need. And the problem isn't the Yankees team last year, it was the hating in the postseason. But the other thing is that not every it's so dumb. It's so shitty because the problem is that when it comes to postseason baseball, you are forced to direct and redirect your entire perception on what makes a team good to look at like a 7-game sample size. And in the 7-game sample size, it was the 9-game sample size the Yankees were in. They were not great at hitting the baseball. They were pretty decent against the Guardians, but then the Astros came and we just got absolutely ass whipped. But that doesn't mean the Yankees were a bad team. It just means that they had a cold streak when it mattered most. Look at the Phillies. They had a hot streak when it mattered most. But in what world would anyone have said last year before the postseason started that the Phillies were the better team than the Yankees?
Yeah, end of the day, like I can't really sit here and be like, "Ah, man, this team just fucking sucks offensively." I think that'd be disingenuous. But
no, they're gonna be a top 5 offensive team this year. They're gonna be a top 5 team in pitching. They're gonna be a top 5 team in bullpen. They're gonna be a top 5 team in F4 accumulated. Probably a top 7 team in a WRC plus. Like the Yankees are gonna be an elite team again. And there's a reason. I know, like looking at betting odds isn't the end all be all for what means a big baseball team's good because that's not how it works. But there's a reason every year the Yankees are usually in the top 5 or 6 teams expected to win. Because every year the Yankees have a very good product on the field.
I don't disagree with anything you said in the slightest. I want to emphasize that, guys, this team's good, okay? This time's going to be good. I think they're going to finish pretty well in run scoring. So that's just a Ryan Garcia ESM addition to this.
That's not what we want to hear. But the cops are at my door now. Ryan Garcia's stamp of approval.
I'm in the minority, but I still think we're getting Reynolds at the deadline. I could see it.
I can see it at the deadline. As of right now, I don't see it. The problem is that the Pirates aren't going to ever come to terms with an extension with him, so they're going to try to get value for him. So if they come off their high horse and stop saying we want everything and then some, then yes, Reynolds will be shipped off. But I could also see some desperate ass team at the deadline that has prospect capital and is overperforming expectations give up a good amount for Reynolds. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Marlins are like, let's say, in 2nd or 3rd in the NL East at the time, and they're like trying to fight for a wild card spot. I wouldn't be shocked if they gave up like 2 of their top pitching prospects, Khalil Watson, and like an outfield like Jesus Sanchez for Brian Reynolds.
Yeah, the way I look at it, man, and we could be different pages here. Anthony Volpe comes up, he's playing, or Anthony Volpe's just killing. He's bopping with Pereira in AAA. The boys are bopping. Him and Dunham, Pereira, they're all bopping in AAA. They're just bopping, right?
So Sweeney's gonna be in AA then, right?
Yeah, he's starting on AA, and he'll get a shot to start bopping in AAA with the boys as well. But you know, they're bopping.
Dude,
right?
I like it. The AAA Yankees should be called the
the
Boppin' Bombers.
The Boppin',
dude,
I'm down.
The Bronx Boppers. I'll take that.
Oh, that'd be fire. But
we
should make a t-shirt design, and it should just be like a bunch of our narrative guys. Just the boys are bopping.
Andre Chaparro and Elijah Dunham like dapping.
Oh my God, dude, that'd be a legendary photo. Could you imagine Elijah Dunham dapping up Andre Chaparro and get us getting on the
narratives
camera?
Would be going crazy.
Oh my goodness, that'd be all-time special.
Twitter would have a field day.
My point here, let's say Peraza's 95 WRC plus, really good defense, but you think to yourself, man, Volpe's probably an improvement here. Hear me out. Glaber has a 125 WRC plus, is playing good defense at second. You're like, damn, I'm not gonna sit down Glaber. Glaber's the boy's.
I'm gonna extend Glaber.
Right, hear me out.
Hit Glaber with the extendo, baby.
Hear me out.
Extendo clip. Sorry.
LeMahieu's playing well at third. You know, you're like, and Donaldson's been fine. He's been serviceable. And you're like, man, Volpe's better than Peraza right now. Let me play Volpe at shortstop.
That is a reality.
Yankees head to the deadline. Peraza's still solid. They're rotating infield. They're doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Peraza's not the future at shortstop. Volpe is.
What if Peraza is though?
But you know, this is an alternate. I'm just rattling off the timeline.
That's fair.
And they're like, all right, Volpe is the future at shortstop. Glaber right now is too good to get rid of. You can't trade Glaber Torres. This team needs offense. He's bopping. We can't get rid of him. He's going to be an all-star this year. We can't move LeMahieu. He's playing pretty well.
And he's under contract.
Right. We got Sweeney coming up soon. He can fill in the infield when Glaber leaves, or if Glaber leaves, or if we don't come to terms on an extension. And Brian Reynolds is out there. And Peraza is someone that they're willing to have as the top player in a package for him.
Yeah, you do that deal, of course.
Right? Do you get what I'm saying here?
Yeah, you don't do the deal if it's Peraza, Dominguez, Jones, Wells.
Right,
you do the deal if it's Peraza, Sweeney, Pereira.
Right. The way I'm looking at it is not that Peraza is going to get traded or I'm wishing for Peraza to get traded, but it's like there's that world where he maybe becomes expendable. And then we're looking at a team that like kind of just not even just needs Brian Reynolds, but like if Glaber's playing well and your infield is just playing really damn well and you're just that outfielder away, you could legitimately be looking at like a team that goes out and like just 0-9s it into the World Series. Just like clearly the best team in baseball, just beats the ever-loving crap out of the Twins in the ALDS. That's how every good postseason run starts, by the way. There's no memorable postseason run for the Yankees that has not started in the last 20 years without the Yankees beating the shit out of the Twins.
Give us the Twins in the ALDS.
Right. We have to beat up the Twins.
Yep.
Right. Notice
let us sweep Minnesota and the vibes will be high.
Have you noticed the fact that I think it was 2004, maybe 2004 ALDS Yankees? Let's see. Yep. The last time the Yankees lost a game to the Twins in the postseason, 2004. What happened in 2004? Blew a 3-0 lead. The only way this thing goes well is the Yankees play the Twins and beat the Twins. But yeah, I think Reynolds still has a shot, but it's just not going to happen right now. Maybe
I'd say as of right now, I say we get Reynolds before the season, less than 5% chance. I say we get Reynolds during the season, 30% chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think Texas is a better like fit just because they have so many pitching prospects.
Texas.
But they have
why would he want to go to Texas?
He doesn't have a choice. He doesn't get to veto the trade.
That's true. But do you think Texas would extend him? They don't have much money left. How much money do they fucking have? They've got like 3 guys under like 150 million plus
fucking
contracts.
Texas. They'll throw money. It's go big or go home. Them dudes, they got money and also taxes. They don't have to pay taxes. So
that's true.
Yeah.
You're right.
Not that they don't have to pay tax, but like the tax are low. So like if the Yankees gave him $130 million over 6 years and they did, our money would be worth less to him. So
you are right. You are correct. Yeah. The Yankees taxes are fucked. What does this mean?
Sure. John Bloom. Yo guys, what's up? How you doing, man?
Hello, John.
Having a great night as well. Trevor said Stanton's not only one of the best hitters we have. Yeah, it's key. Best hitter, one of the best, probably the best Yankee hitter in October in the postseason over a while. So yeah.
Well, I don't know. Tyler Wade didn't really get many.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Grace Monroe seconding
Trevor's statement, I believe, about Stanton.
I can't speak English apparently.
I don't know if that's about that or about Donaldson or something. Trevor's had a lot of points in this chat. He's also had a few misses here, like he's saying weight sucks. That's okay. We can just avoid that. But
wait. Hold on, I missed this. Yeah, no, I agree. Like Stanton, he's not. It's just never gonna happen.
No, yeah, they're not gonna trade one of the big guys. None of the big guys in the contract. The only one I can see them trading that's got a multi-year contract is Aaron Hicks.
Right,
like, literally it. Maybe if DJ LeMahieu wants gone.
I am doing good. You're right, Trevor. Respect.
Trevor, don't inflate his ego.
I can give you the address. Next, he said he'll give you the address to the Yankees.
That'd be sick. Is their minor league complex like different than Steinbrenner Field? Because I felt like they were all like in the same area.
Yeah, that's how I imagine it would be.
Yeah, but that'd be good to know because I live near Clearwater, so I can get there pretty easily. It's like I'm like an hour out from my parents' house.
I'll exchange you the address to my apartment in college. We'll make a trade.
Ryan,
I don't know why Richard Rayburn said. Sure.
There is no way in hell Gleyber Torres showed up to camp weighing as much as
Richard Rayburn is not a real person.
Yeah, Stanton weighs 270. So you want to tell me that they weigh the same? Is Gleyber looking like Pablo Sandoval now?
That'd be fire. His max EV would be crazy.
You can't hit lefties as
max EV would go crazy. Max EV would go crazy.
I don't give a shit if Jazz can't hit lefties. Good thing there's only one lefty for every 7 righties in baseball.
Yeah.
Short porch, Jazz Chisholm would be God.
He would be dope, but you know
He'd
what?
be God himself, Ryan.
It'd be dope. I would love Jazz
Chisholm. 140 WRC plus Jazz Chisholm season in pinstripes.
Again,
otherworldly.
Jazz Chisholm is the personification of the boys bopping, so I have to respect inherently. I have to respect it. He is the person. There is no one that resembles the boys bopping more than he does. You know what I mean?
True.
So he is the boys. He is bopping. He is everything related to it.
Jazz would bring immaculate vibes too.
Yeah.
That's part of
the. Yeah, I love Brett Gardner. He bopped low key. Brett Gardner was a bopper. Low key. No, I mean low key.
High key. Brett Gardner was bopping the top of the dugout, dude.
No, dude. Yes, but how do I put it? Low key bopping. You know what I mean? Like people didn't discuss the bop, the energy he just brought. He was just a bopper. You know what I mean?
The ultimate grinded it out.
Walked on to college, grinded it through the minor leagues, won a World Series in 09 and just bopped his way through. I'm still here.
True.
Yep. You're the Yep. Confirming it. Absolutely.
Ryan got it. Oh yeah.
IKF killed the season when he missed the easy toss. I don't think. Okay.
IKF killed the season the moment he was named the opening day shortstop.
I don't think he killed the season. I think injuries killed the season, but he didn't help. That's how I'll put it. He didn't help. Wade sucks.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Star.
No, he doesn't.
Favorite retired Yankee.
Ooh. It's a great question, John. Look at that. We're getting actual personal questions about our lives and what we think. That's great.
I don't think it's a very personal question. I mean, I didn't think this was
Shut the fuck up.
Shut
the fuck up, Ryan.
Like, hey, Ryan, what do you like? What you know? Like, what do you like? What do you like in a woman? Or when's the last time you felt any sort of empathy? And I'd be like, it's a good question. Sit down on a couch, have a little therapy session. But boys are bopping in the therapy. Imagine my school counselor's like, so how was your week? Chilling. The boys were bopping. What does that mean? We were just bopping. The boys were just bopping. Like, what does that mean?
Mrs. Garcia, I'm worried about your son.
Nah, dude. Imagine explain to my counselor, like being like, so what went wrong this week? The Yankees lost.
Oh, they weren't bopping. The boys weren't popping.
Like I'm just like in fucking tears. Like the Yankee, like what happened? He walked someone. My favorite retired Yankee. Okay, favorite retired Yankee. You want to go first? Or?
Sure. My favorite retired Yankee. It's gonna be kind of the same old for a lot of Yankees fans. It was the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that had the stare that shook mountains. Andy Pettitte. I loved Andy Pettitte. The guy. I have a shirt of Andy Pettitte. I have a jersey of Andy Pettitte. The guy was easily my favorite player to watch. And then right behind him was Hideki Matsui. Hideki Matsui was the guy that got me into baseball really in the 07-08 season. He and Swishy Fishy in 09-10 were like my two favorite guys I watched in all of baseball. And I was with me loving other teams too. Like Joe Mauer was my favorite player. I loved Mark Mulder and the Cardinals and everyone, like Adam Wainwright. But for me, it's got to be Andy Pettitte and then Hideki Matsui. So I'll do favorite pitcher and hitter. There you go. Favorite pitcher and hitter.
Okay, so offensively, I don't know. I'd have to. I think CeCe's probably the favorite pitcher. I feel like it's a cop out, but it's CeCe Sabathia, right? I think for hitters, for me at least, it's got to be A-Rod. A-Rod, I wore 13. My brother wore 2 when we were playing basketball as kids, and whenever we played baseball. For the sole reason that we were the goal was he was going to be Derek Jeter. I was A-Rod 13 too. That whole thing. We didn't know that they hated each other off the field. We were oblivious.
It's good.
I did not hate my brother.
We didn't clarify
that. We actually played. There was a game where I played third base and he was playing shortstop, and it was when I was 13, and so that was a dope moment. I was I looked over, I was yeah. But yeah. So A-Rod's my favorite player Yankee.
A-Rod was so fucking fun, dude. I got a picture of young Nick wearing an A-Rod jersey with the turtleneck underneath. Felt like OD. Felt so proud.
That dude. I saw the photo. I think I saw it in your story. That was drip.
When I was at Ground Zero.
You were dripped out.
Thank you. Dripped out.
But
A-Rod's the man.
My first jersey is an A-Rod jersey. Fun fact. I haven't hung it in my wall in my room back home. It's this tiny little baby A-Rod. I had also this tiny little baby A-Rod glove. So I was ready to play. I was ready to play.
In the Hall of Fame too. Side note.
I was ready to play. If you needed me, field it, fire to first.
If David Ortiz is in the Hall of Fame and Pudge Rodriguez is in the Hall of Fame, we need to get A-Rod in the Hall of Fame.
No, I get it. I totally.
You can't use the steroid excuse anymore.
Yeah. Will Anthony Volpe make the opening day roster, and will DJ play third base over Donaldson?
Yes to the no. Yes to the latter. No to the first one.
Yeah.
No to the former.
Yeah. That's actually exactly how I would say it. Do you think the Yankees have enough to beat the Astros for once, or do you think they need to get better? I think they have enough right now. I think the Yankees could match up with the Astros and beat them in a postseason series. I don't know if they'd be favored, but they could definitely beat them in a
postseason baseball. Most of the time is just such a crapshoot too, where it's whoever's playing best baseball at that time will get farther. Look at, I said, the Phillies, prime example. The Phillies were the worst postseason team out of every team in the postseason last year, and then they just went all the way. Partially because Bryce Harper was a god, but also partially because everyone just turned on the Jets at the right time.
The way I look at it is, the Montas injury wouldn't really affect their postseason plans because I think their 4 starters going to a postseason series, if you asked them on opening day, Montas wasn't going to be the 4th guy. He was going to be the 5th guy. The bullpen's still fine. There aren't any injuries for the lineup that we know of, knock on wood. But ultimately, I think they could beat the Astros.
This could be stupid of me to say. A healthy DJ and a healthy Benny last year, and I think we pushed Houston to 6 games.
No,
Simply
I don't think
because
it's a
the way
bad
the
take at all.
lineup would switch, the way that
I
people
don't
would
think it's a
play.
that's
Healthy
not a bad take at all.
Carpenter as well. Giancarlo wasn't fully healthy and he was still bopping.
I think LeMahieu and Benintendi healthy is enough to
And
say that
Carpenter,
game
dude. We
goes
had
to
a
7.
Carpenter from July. We win it all. Are you kidding me?
No, I don't disagree.
Oh.
It was untimely injuries. I think that's what kind of
Awful.
did us in.
Yeah.
But you
And
know.
bad hitting, bad situation.
Yeah, no. I think this,
Combination.
obviously, like the performance of the players itself wasn't great, but I don't think the injuries helped. Italian Beef, how to coming this summer to NYY News. I love, dude, star. Gomez just has good value. That's all. Yeah, great example.
That's why he's talking about with like the trading Gomez.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm just letting you know. Damn,
damn,
Jackie.
Tony Stark's nephew.
No, fuck no. It's from fucking that 70s show.
Oh my god, dude! I was actually watching that show.
I wasn't referencing JD.
I was like, yo, whoa, whoa, time out here.
No, that damn Jackie, I can't control the weather.
Oh, dude, I was watching that 70 shows with a friend of mine.
Michael Kelso,
Friday,
one of the greatest TV characters. Dude's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Ashton Kutcher, baby.
Dude, I did not know that the person who played Jackie was 14 at the start of the show. Like her actor, I no fucking clue. I was like, what the fuck? That was awkward as shit too. I didn't know they were all 18 as well. I thought those dudes were all older, like the actors. Like I was like, yeah, dude, Kelso's got to be like 25. Like
yeah,
the actor, like no, he was 18. I'm like, what? Like I'm 18. I look like a baby compared to those guys. But whatever. How many pitching? Tony Stark's nephew. How you doing? So repeat viewer as well. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good night. How many pitching prospects do you think the Yankees have in their top 30 this year?
Like 5.
Okay, Richard. This is not in order. Richard Fitz, Randy Vasquez, Clayton Beater, Yoendrys Gomez, Drew Thorpe. I'm trying to think of another one. Weiser isn't going to count.
No.
Reliever, and even relievers that could count. Like I know that
Coleman.
Coleman, I think isn't
Coleman.
on the 30.
I think Coleman.
He might be Bach. He might be back. I think he was like back end top 30 on the pipeline. Let me pull up Prospect 1500 and tell you if the pitchers that he has in the top 30.
Yeah.
And okay, so
I could see
Heel is still on this. Oh, Heel is still on this list. I forgot. So it's Heel, Beater.
Heel should be back in like
Warren.
June, right? Because Heel had TJ in May last year.
Will Warren. I forgot about Will Warren.
Oh, Will Warren. That's right.
Gomez, Brito. Veerling, who the Yankees drafted in the 3rd round.
True.
Davey Garcia is an interesting one.
Still?
He's on here technically. Damn. Brandon Beck is on here. Justin Lange is on here. Brock Selvage, definitely going to be top 30. He's really good.
Yeah.
Luis Serna.
Probably like 7 or 8, 9 actually.
Luis Serna is definitely got to look out for the top 30. And then Juan Marnacio, for some reason, still on this list. And so is Greg Weiser.
I don't think.
But Greg Weiser
did Marinacho not get the amount of?
He's not a rookie anymore. So I don't know why he's on here. But my point is, if they have pitchers that'll be there. If you want to look at risers, Brandon Beck is a nice riser.
True.
Any guys coming stateside like Luis Serna, that could be a good riser. Yoendrys Gomez, Randy Vasquez, those guys could rise a little bit. Will Warren, I think Richard Fitz is my biggest riser next year.
A lot of teams like Will Warren too. Like the Reds really liked Will Warren.
Okay,
I don't know if he's a weak prospect. I do think he's not as highly touted as some prospect lists have him listed as, but he could be a guy that makes the biggest splash out of the Yankees prospects that are knocking on the door, is I guess what we're saying. Like if he strikes out a ton in the major leagues, he's going to get sent down. But at the same time, we've also seen the Yankees don't really give a shit if you strike out, as long as you put the ball in the air and hit home runs and get on base to go with it.
The way I look at it is the reason Pereira has a comparison to Floro was a good prospect. He just got injured all the time, and he never figured out how to make his contact.
No, right? His shoulder injury fucked him.
Right. If Pereira strikes out 27% of the time at AAA next year, it's fine. It's fine. That's fine. His raw power, I think, is better. He's got better consistent power. He chases less than Florial. He's a better athlete. He's a little bit younger too. So you can reasonably project that like a 22-year-old with a 26% strikeout rate, at his first level first time at the major league level, could maybe get it down to 25, 24%. And even then, these high strikeout guys, we see play I'm not saying Michael Harris is what you compare, Everson Pereira to, because number one, Harris is an all-world defender. I don't think Pereira's an all-world defender. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'd hope to be wrong on that. That'd be really nice if he was. but he strikes out 24.3% of the time at the major league level, 4.8% walk rate. Granted, he has better strikeout rates in the minor leagues. I'm trying to think of like a guy that'd be comparable here. I'm going to look at Varsho because I know Varsho has like not the greatest strikeout rates at the major league level. Let's see what he was at the minor league. Yeah, he didn't strike out the minor leagues either.
Javier Baez.
Baez, I think that's like an unfair comparison. Baez, I don't think is the same. I think there very clearly is a skill gap.
I'm so happy to see Javier Baez's contract be ass. Javier Baez is probably my least favorite player in baseball.
I have zero issues with.
I hate Javier Baez. I hated Javier Baez in the Cubs. The dude was the most egotistical little douche.
That's fine. Be egotistical. I want. He's a boy.
Yeah, but he was egotistical for a guy that wasn't that great.
Yeah, he's a boy's bopper.
He's a one good season. And then he had that tag where he didn't look at the guy in the WBC that literally carried him for like 2 years.
Dude, that was objectively amazing. That was
amazing. Yeah, but it was also like, I forget who was stealing the base, but it was like one of the slower guys in the WBC.
Still objectively awesome.
And it was Yachty throwing him the ball.
It was still,
hey, come on.
Still objectively awesome. But
you could have made that tag.
A guy I would compare him to offensively, him being Everson Pereira. Not in terms of like raw power, but in terms of like, let's look at strikeout rates here. Can he, like, Teoscar Hernandez is a guy with a sub 8% strikeout walk rate and a 29.4% strikeout rate. I guess that's kind of like what you would dream he would be able to do, which is not the strikeout rate to walk rate. That's obviously not like pretty to look at, but succeed
the production with that. Yeah.
Right. Succeed in spite of it. Right. Yes. That's kind of the goal here. You succeed in spite of it. You either improve your split, and Pereira's a guy who has really good BABIP skills. I don't think Florial really has the same BABIP skills as Pereira does. No. So like Florial has legitimate swing.
Florial's over the hill. Florial was never going to make an appearance.
He has a swing.
He'll play in spring training, but he's not going to have a spot on the team.
Right. Like this, he has a legitimate swing path issue. It's bad. Like he cannot generate line drives at a high level.
No.
It's a legitimate swing path issue. He doesn't have the power Pereira does.
Like his best moments last year were things that he like legged out that were swinging bunts.
Right. Johnny Damon cut his hair and beard. He would give himself a honestly.
Like Charlie Blackmon would do anything to play for the Yankees at this point, because Charlie Blackmon has not seen winning baseball in like a decade.
That one. Homemade vasectomy. I like that one. He's the perfect trade piece. I think Pereira is the most, like, out of all the good like the top level prospects. So I like view guys who could be top 100 prospects. That's the guy I think gets traded. If I had
I agree. I could see a Pereira Peraza package for a good player at the deadline.
The way I view it is like, okay,
especially if we think Volpe is the shortstop, then we'll see a good package with Pereira included.
But even if like Peraza's not the same likelihood of getting traded as Pereira is. Pereira's not holding up a deal. Peraza might hold up a deal. If you get what I'm saying? So. Roxy, I couldn't agree more with you. Both of them are overrated. I think, again, I'm going to push back on Pereira. I really am going to push back on Pereira. I think he's going to be a pretty good player.
Objectively overrated. Like, we've known this for a couple years.
Well, that was also injury issues. I think it was legitimately injury issues.
Was our next big guy like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. He was the next big thing.
And I think people were trying to project a lot of tools with Florial because he was so like that was a lot of projecting really good tools.
Yeah.
At 21, he was 19, struggling in high A, right? He had a 101 WRC plus. He had injury issues. We are looking at. I'm trying to pull up Pereira. He turned 22 last. Oh no, he is still 21. He turns 22 this year.
He's young.
In his age 21 season, he had a 119 WRC plus in high A, and then a 128 WRC plus in double A. I think it's just not compare. I think Florial is just clearly a worse prospect. Also, Florial lost a year of development. I don't think if Florial lost that year of development, we'd be talking about the same. I think it'd at least be a fourth outfielder. I could be wrong.
You're not wrong.
But yeah. Moving on here. I mean, he has good value. I don't think it's realistic. I think it's sub 30% chance. Sub 10.
Yeah, I'd say sub 10.
Yeah. There's the AAA season ends, by the way, later than the AA season does. There's more games, so that wouldn't really happen. You wouldn't see like, okay, the AAA season ends and send you down because that. And at that point, just give him rest. He'd be playing more games. Like just give him rest at that point.
Yeah, let him just kind of hang out.
Yeah. I think the future outfielders Jones in left field, Dominguez in center, and Judge in right.
Yep. Triple J, baby.
I think Jones might be the better defensive player. Hot take, maybe.
I just don't know if he plays center field because Jones played center field, and he probably would have played. He played center field in the brief showing he had in the professional league, and which was, I believe, with the Tampa Tarpons. And then he played center. He would have played center field in Vandy, but they have the fastest player in college baseball in Enrique Bradfield Jr.
He's really good.
So he's not going anywhere in center. He can cover literally, like, you could throw a dime out there and he'd catch it on the infield grass. But I think that you could put Dominguez in left too, and that'd work just as fine.
Yeah.
Because they all have great range, great reads on the ball. Dominguez has kind of lost a bit on some of his tools from prospect lists in terms of the outfield defense, but I don't think they know what they're talking about because a lot of these prospect lists don't even watch the prospects.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to wrap up soon, like in like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes left too, yeah.
But I'm going to bear down here, buckle down here.
All right, rapid fire. Let's roll, baby.
Flip-flop Jones and Dominguez. We just talked about it. I was just about to say Jones in center, Dominguez in left. Love it. Crochet says yes to walks. The big note for me and Ryan Garcia ESM. I'm fine with someone walking people, but they have to be an elite reliever. And Crochet is an elite reliever.
There's no way you can't say Crochet is not an elite reliever.
He's not healthy. I have to see him post TJS. The command. What does it look like? It's a rehab process. No, I would love Crochet on this team, but he's not someone I'm trading Gleyber Torres to. Considering
Crochet's four-seam fastball is legitimately 70, 75 grade pitch.
Yeah, the Yankees need offense, and Crochet is not that.
Yep, they don't need any more ball
about the Padres calling out the Yankees for a World Series rematch. I watched a clip. I think someone yelled out Yankees when they're like, "Who would you want to play in the World Series?" And Tatis said, "It doesn't matter because we'll beat whoever we face."
Yeah, but you gotta actually get past the Phillies.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it though. I fuck with the cockiness.
You gotta get past Houston. You gotta get past the Phillies.
I fuck with the cockiness. Be cocky. Yeah. Do what you want.
I want Judge to come out and say World Series or bust. That'd be.
I actually don't want him to say that. I would prefer us. I don't want us to
what?
say it. We're gonna get quote. I want
not
everyone
us. I'm
else
talking about Judge.
Us. Yeah, no, I don't want him to say it.
I want him to say it. He's our captain.
No, if he says this team is going to win the World Series guaranteed.
Okay, well, their guarantee is the problem.
No. But like that's what other guys are like. So like we're going to go to the World Series. Like there's no doubt about it. Like if he goes like, the expectations World Series, if we don't get there, it's a disappointment. That's like every Yankee says. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But just don't put anything that's bullet board material. Yeah, I agree. No trading Gleyber for reliever. Jones would have played. Yep, we talked about this. He would have played Vanderbilt if not for Enrique Bradfield Jr.
Beast.
This game 60-89, stinky 89. What's good, my boy? Hope you're doing all right. Yo, that's not yo, but yo. To be fair, the Astros weren't great offensively either. Yeah, the pitching, they outpitched us.
And another problem is that Jeremy Pena and Alex Bregman literally turned into gods against us, and so did fucking Chaz McCormick and Martin Maldonado. So it's like nothing we can do about that, guys. That's just how I can't even think of it. How the apple falls. Is that what it is? That's the saying.
That's just be the breaks.
Just how the apple falls sometimes.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't even know.
Shit happens. Khalil Watson train has no breaks. I see. We are Khalil Watson. I don't know if I want to say Stan because I don't know what the off the field issues were.
Yeah, but I like Khalil.
He's a good prospect.
He's a good prospect. Yeah.
I would be very upset if the Yankees trade Jones. I agree. There's no reason to trade Spencer Jones right now. I feel like the upside is way too high.
No reason.
We lost game 1 to the Twins. We then won the next 3 games both years, and Johan Santana won both games. Johan was a stud.
Johan was a stud.
But
even Johan with the Mets was solid for a little bit there.
That perfect game.
Johan Santana, one of the most underrated pitchers of all time.
Yeah, I would love Manny Machado Yankee 2024. Nick, you've been on this. I would love
it because it's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would do anything for it to happen.
Yeah.
Give me your top 3 handsome Yankees.
All time or right now?
Let's go right now. I think all time.
I was going to say Tyler Wade's number 1, clear cut, no questions.
Number 1? No, come on. Number 1 is Ron Marinaccio. What do you mean Ron Marinaccio is objectively
Tyler Wade's objectively more handsome than my boy.
Ron Marinaccio?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Gorgeous. I'm sorry.
Tyler.
No.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Tyler Wade's good looking.
Way more handsome.
Ron Marinaccio is drop dead gorgeous. Ron Marinaccio could go
other way around.
What?
Other way around.
Comments? Come on.
Dude, Tyler Wade's like the best looking player in baseball.
Comments? Come on.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Ron Marinaccio is a model.
But yeah, right now, I'd probably put Ron.
Dude, Ron Marinaccio, dude, have you looked in his eyes?
I'd go Domingo.
No, I think, dude, Ron Marinacio's okay. Ron Marinacio's legitimately hot. Like, legitimately a really good looking guy. Like, I'm jealous. If I had a girlfriend, I would not want them to meet Ron Marinaccio.
Well, no, Ron the Don I'd probably say right now he's probably the most handsome Yankee.
No, even I would say in the league,
the next two.
The last guy I would like my girlfriend to meet is Ron Marinaccio.
No, I'd hate for her to meet Kevin Kiermaier.
He's married.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fine. He's married. So we're chilling. I don't think Ron Marinacio's married.
I don't think he's got a girlfriend though.
Oh, you're right.
Follow her on Instagram.
That's I don't know how to publicly admit that, but Ron Marnacio, Giancarlo Stanton.
I'd say Ron. I'd say Ron, Glaber, and Josh Donaldson.
Glaber's a good looking dude.
JD's a handsome guy too, because JD keeps up with the hair too. The JD's haircuts are always fuego.
I think you know what?
Glaber's just so lovable looking. Like Glaber's got to be up there.
Gonna go hot take here. Maybe disagree with me. Push back.
Bader's in the top 3. Bader's in the top 3.
Now, I don't know. I know that's not a hot take, but Bader, yeah.
No, Bader's in the top 3.
I was gonna say, like, all things considered, Jonathan Loaiza is a pretty good looking guy. I think he gets underrated in this. It's a pretty good looking guy. Tried convincing Judge as an angel, and then Wade got DFA'd. Oh, it's not in Stein.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done. Cool. That sounds good. Thanks, man. It'd be awesome.
Jazz would.
Jazz Rado. I'd have to change his name from Jazz.
God damn it. Isn't that his real name too?
Jazz?
Yeah.
Or is his real name Jazz Rado? Is his real name Jazz Rado?
Yes, it is. I know he's on StatCast. It was Jazz Rado instead of Jazz. And I just double checked. Yes. That's his real name.
That's a sick name, dude.
That is.
Yeah, we should call him Jazz Rado. Jazz Rado Prince Hermes. Are you kidding me?
He is a fucking sick name.
Are you kidding me? Why do you not go by Jazz Rado Prince Hermes?
Because Jazz is simpler, shorter. Jazz is shorter. So? And it's also Jazz. You like Jazz?
Jazz is but come on, Jazz Rado Prince Hermes.
Yeah, but Jazz is equally dope.
That's the coolest name in baseball.
Jazz is dope. Come on, Jazz. But also you have to think pronunciations. He probably just wants to have his name pronounced right, and Jazz is just like
Jazz Rado Prince Hermes. How do you mess that up?
It's not hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Jay's Rado.
Okay, what are you, stupid?
Jazz Rado.
Oh my god, yeah, because everyone calls Nolan Arenado.
I used to call him Nolan Arenado.
There's no way you called him Arenado. Where's the I in Arenado?
I don't know. Tyler Wade's best moment was on a taxi squad.
Actually, no, his best moment was scoring the game-winning run that clinched the playoffs for us. No, go ahead. Continue on.
I think his best moment was the RBI triple against Texas to help get the lead for the Kluber no-hitter. That was legitimately fucking
I also
clutch.
Loved his slide into home plate where it was the smoothest slide ever.
Was smooth.
Slide up immediately into the dap up. That was sick.
I think the Kluber no-hitter one is objectively like such an underrated moment because if he didn't do that, that team could not score runs. We were not going to see a no-hitter if it wasn't for that. Bernie Williams was my mom's favorite Yankee ever. That's my dad's favorite Yankee.
Bernie's the man. You love Bernie too.
He is underrated.
Ryan got to interview Bernie Williams.
Friend of the podcast. Giambi was my favorite Yankee, retired Yankee.
He got on base.
Dude, he hit fucking tanks. You're right. It's not his fault pitching wasn't here. He hit fucking tanks, dude. Tanks.
He was good.
That was a bopper. Boys were bopping.
It's like the Snoop Dogg and I think Michael Rappaport video where he's like, this man don't miss. He's like, no, he's fucking good. He's good.
Yeah, I mean,
I like KF as well, but not as a person, as a Yankees baseball.
The way I put it is like, even if we went to 5 games, like, do you think the Yankees are going to make a 3-0 comeback?
No.
God, no. It goes so far beyond just IKF. Like, come on. You know what I mean?
But IKF was definitely part of the problem. Like, the fact that we had to start 2 rookies over him instead, multiple games because he couldn't handle the shortstop and we didn't believe in him is a bit of a problem.
This is funny because of the Jackie.
The Jackie. Damn, Jackie.
Most hated team, Red Sox, the Astros, not close. Red Sox, not close. I will always the team I hate more.
Oh, well, right now it's the Astros.
No, it's the Red Sox.
The Red Sox. The Red Sox aren't good enough to be.
It doesn't matter. They're the Red Sox. It's Boston.
Boston sucks.
It's like, no, dude, Boston, I will always hate Boston more than the Astros. Unless the Astros, like, even if the Astros mailed, like, a letter to my house that said, we fucking hate you, you're a loser, I'd be like, sure, cool.
Astros fans are the worst, though.
But Boston fans are also really dumb. So,
they are really dumb. There's a lot of stupid Twitter accounts out there that are Red Sox fans.
I mean, I'm not going to go into Twitter accounts, but
I'm not going into specific ones. I'm just saying I
wasn't thinking Twitter. I was thinking I just hate Boston.
Boston fans are also delusional. Houston Astros fans have basically been watching baseball for 6 or 7 years, so that's why they're all talk.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know.
I'll always hate Red Sox more than the Astros, but the Astros fan base I hate more. If that makes sense. I don't know. It's pretty toss up. It's pretty toss up. They both suck. I'll be Bach.
Jackie's my Lacuna. She's Meg on Family Guy. I just put it together, 2 and 2. I just put together the voice and Meg and her just now, 10 seconds ago.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Luis Hill should probably be a reliever. Would help him throw more consistent strikes. Yes,
I
but
agree.
I feel like his stuff is so good, dude. I miss him.
I know.
I miss him.
He could be a Batanzas.
I miss him more than I miss. I miss him more than I miss anyone I've ever like been in a romantic relationship with.
Of all players, Luis Hill, the guy that's still with the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just like Luis Hill.
Yeah, injuries and COVID really ruined everyone.
Yeah, but
that year.
like you mentioned how Luis Hill can come back.
Okay.
Just one text message away. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. But yeah, no, I think it was injuries and COVID. Like 2020, losing 2020 was a death sentence for.
It killed a lot of people's production and development.
Nelson Cruz was running. Yeah, that was true. But I was okay.
Yeah, that's the play. The Baez tag. If you can't tag out Nelson Cruz, you don't deserve to be playing shortstop.
Let's grow up a little bit.
No,
my dream for Pereira.
Javier Baez needed to grow up, and he didn't, and that's why he's playing for the Tigers, and was one of the worst players in baseball for his contract. Next,
Javier Baez. Hold on. When Javier Baez is good next year,
Javier Baez had like a 1 F WAR this year and struck out like 50% of the time. Not that high.
Javier Baez had a 2 F WAR.
That's so worth the money he's making.
Javier Baez is a career 24 WAR player on Fangraphs, and let me pull up what it is on.
That's 7 less than Jacoby Ellsbury, by the way.
Whoa, relax. 26 on Baseball Reference. Like he's gonna go down.
Less than Jacoby Ellsbury,
he can go down as a 40+ WAR player.
He's not gonna though. He's gonna go down as a
why can't
WAR player.
You realize
he's gonna play for 4 more years and be mid.
If he averages 2 WAR for
he's
the
gonna have a low 30s F WAR.
Hey, whoa! If he averages 2 WAR, and then he'll be what 30? He'll be 35. Like if he's still he can add a couple. That's the thing. He averages 2 WAR. He can definitely get to 3 or 4 wins above replacement again. But anyways, hey, it's Brian Cashman. Hal invested a bunch of money into it, and he's gonna get it back as a result. He's giving me the money to either sign Manny or extend. Sign Manny.
Sign Manny.
I
love Gleyber and Bader, but sign Manny.
Yeah. Bader, love you, amigo. Ay, hermano, te amo. But it's fucking Manny Machado. I would again. It's Manny Machado.
Manny would do miracles, dude.
We talked about Drew Thorpe. Brandon, by the way, thank you for stopping by. Absolutely love Drew Thorpe.
Yeah, it's gonna be a beast.
Shred. I didn't know that. I thought the AA postseason ended match after it ends after the regular season for AAA, but AAA also has a postseason. The reason that we didn't talk about that though this year is because the Scranton Rail Riders were not good enough to make the postseason. Somerset was a super team. Like that team was just so much better than everyone else in the Eastern League. They had like all the Yankees top prospects for most of the year, so they kind of beat the shit out of everyone. But this year, the AAA team's gonna have a lot of their top prospects, so maybe they beat the shit out of everyone. John Blum, what's the Japanese? Oh, Murakami, he's good. That motherfucker don't miss. That motherfucker.
That guy's gonna get a bag when it comes over, and when he's allowed to be posted in 2 years.
Yeah,
or 3
Cookie
years.
crumbles.
3 years.
Sure. Ron the
Don.
Absolutely.
We're talking about the handsome guys. Yeah.
Oh,
so this is what Khalil did.
Making a gun gesture is like, okay, that's like psycho shit, but like
not really. It's like if you strike out, you're gonna be pissed. It's probably on a bad call, so he's gonna be.
I mean,
again, you don't make a gun gesture, but it's like also it's like that's not a reason to like blacklist the guy and say he's got character issues. From
that is kind of, the way I view it is like that's like psycho shit. But
no,
like,
dude, you know how many Yankees players have yelled at like the fucking ump and stuff?
I think yelling and making a gun gesture.
Who cares?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's like that's like psycho shit, but like not enough that I would like.
That's such a subliminal psycho shit.
That's like psycho shit, but like I wouldn't like forever blackball him from baseball. I agree from that. Like I think he
should not be talked about the way that a lot of Marlins people are talking about him.
See, top 3 most handsome Yankees, not top 3 most handsome guys running for a fat slow guy. Fuck Tyler Wade. No, I'm joking. Tyler Wade is a
fat slow guy, and he doesn't. He runs for them for pinch runner.
Yeah, Tyler Wade's a good looking guy. Tyler Wade's legitimately a good. I can't push that away. It's Gleyber. Talk about attractive guys. Gleyber's up there.
Gleyber's handsome.
See, Ron Marnacio is beautiful. He's a beautiful man. This is a good list.
Wait, I'm posting. This will be the Twitter poll for the night.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down.
Who's the better looking guy, Ron the Don or Tyler Wade? T Dizzle.
Yeah, I'm down.
T Dizzle has the Rizzle.
This is a good list. Marnacio, Stanton, Gleyber.
Stanton is handsome. Stanton is a good looking.
No homo, just answering the question. I didn't say no. I mean,
yeah, I don't really care if you are. Honestly, good for you if you are.
Yeah. Look, do whatever you want, bud.
Yeah, we can. We're fair enough to admit what handsome Yankees are. Handsome
Fireside Yankees is
we're woke.
All walks of life.
We're woke.
We're accepting of all walks of life. Except
Fireside Yankees is liberal.
The woke, we are the woke liberal mob. You guys are forgetting we've added Rodon. Clean shaven Rodon is pretty handsome, but I kind of prefer
always
the
reps
beard.
the suits. You're right.
I like this. I like the scruffy beard a little bit, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Judge 4, I think Judge is an underrated guy here. Judge is a good look.
Probably no one's saying JD. JD's a handsome guy. I don't know why people are like shitting on JD. JD is a handsome guy. JD with the
I feel like
when he played for the Blue Jays was a good looking dude.
Just not my type.
Fair enough.
Burn, baby, burn. Dude, that John Sterling call for that is legendary. Rizzo 5. I feel like Rizzo also isn't my type, but I think he's adorable. I feel like Rizzo's more adorable. He's a good looking dude. He's kind of like a dude. Like I'd give him a hug.
I don't think there's like any ugly Yankees really, except for like hips.
Herman's pretty gross.
Yeah,
like not even just like a bad. He's like pretty ugly.
Yeah, Herman's not great looking. Yeah,
I hate the Blue Jays and Astros.
Blue Jays? Blue Jays aren't worth my time.
Yeah, no.
Kind of like the Red Sox now, but the Red Sox have always been like. I disagree with this. Right? I think the Red Sox the Yankees rivalry is by far the biggest rivalry.
What's going on, guys?
I mean, let's take a look back at 03 for starters.
What's going on? I have to wrap up soon, but
let's go. We're trying to power through these bad boys. We got 5 minutes.
3-0 comeback is possible, but I'm just saying that like I just didn't think that team was going to come back at that point, and IKF is part of the problem, but not their biggest problem.
Correct.
It's cool. It's
still great, but again, it's Nelson Cruz.
All right. I hate the Astros more than the Red Sox. They egregiously treat and act like they're about like when someone gets caught cheating, gets mad at their girlfriend for reading their text.
That is kind of how Houston pulled it.
Yeah, but like the Astros,
but I just hate the Astros fans so much because they're all so entitled.
I just don't have problems with.
They're all like 19 to 25, and they all haven't watched baseball until 2017, and they act like they know everything.
Is all the guys that like I really would be upset at are not in the Astros organization anymore. So
I can't be mad at the Red Sox fans for trying to hype up their mid-ass team because what else do they have to get excited about for baseball?
The way I view it is like why I don't hate Chas McCormick. He does nothing to do with
it. I love Kyle Tucker.
So like you know what I'm saying? So like it's just like they're gone. I don't really care.
Sure.
Wasn't Bias terrible? Yeah, he was like really bad home road splits. So that was interesting. Yeah.
But the rest of my life he's signed for that shambolic ass home ballpark. So it's like not my fault. I don't feel bad for him.
I agree with this. Jackie will always scar me ever for the rest of all mankind. Well, like for the rest of time. Aaron Judge before and after is a handsome guy. I think before it made him more unique, kind of a goofy kind of thing. It kind of like he grew up when he fixed his teeth.
No, that was his first big bag he spent.
Yeah. No homo, but Higgy's low key. Higgy's got it. Higgy's low key got it.
And he's also got the Japanese with him. It's a pretty good.
I think he's got the hair. The hair is pretty good. Everything's kind of just like
is Higgy eligible to play for Team Japan?
I don't think
if he wanted to.
Is Higashioka Japanese? Like
I thought he was Japanese.
I think he is. No. I'm saying like I wanted to know how far back. He's a third generation. Because I just want to know. I don't know. I don't think that qualifies, but I don't know how far back you have to be. Gotcha. Don's a good looking guy. Mustache would be bop. That'd be boys bopping.
True.
We aren't. I'm just getting started. You were allowed to say the Yankees are handsome with the Westboro Baptist Church showing up. Are you aware of who they are?
Yes, I am aware.
I think most people are, but he wants to make sure.
That's good.
He does look like a fish.
He does look like a fish, like a stupid fish, like a slowly developed fish. Yeah, we know who that was. It's what we call a troll account.
We elite bait. We're gonna leave it at elite bait.
Yeah.
Since Astros have been, they beat the shit out of us. Don't get me wrong, but like,
that's the problem. That's why that's the thing. Like, is it really a rivalry if they beat us every time?
Right. Like, I think it's like I don't really
both ways.
Yeah, I don't really just like I just hate the Red Sox more. Who signed Gary Sanchez?
The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks.
Dude, the Rockies and Gary Sanchez would be so fucking fire.
It would not be so fire. They've got the GOAT behind the plate already, dude.
Who?
Elias Diaz.
Fuck that, Gary Sanchez, Max EV. Oh my god. No, he is Japanese. I just wasn't sure.
I don't know what generation it is.
Half Japanese. Grandparents. So third generation, would that make you? Yeah, because I'm first generation. My parents were born there. So grandparents. So second generation would be my kids, which would mean no. Third generation would be too far back. It'd be great. Yeah. Clay Holmes, Michael King, Ron, or Wandy. Michael King.
Wandy. I could see Wandy most handsome.
Yellow. Oh, I thought you were talking about best relievers, but I think Wandy's like Wandy's a Theo.
Talking about that.
You guys know what Theo is Spanish for uncle. Wandy Peralta is a Theo.
Theo Wandy.
He's my uncle. Theo Wandy. Dio Wandy. He's a Dio. He doesn't. I don't know if he has like if his siblings have kids or anything like that, or if he has siblings. He's a Dio. I don't give a fuck. If I was a Red Sox, if I was a Yankees player and my kid's in the clubhouse or like meets Wandy, I'd be like, that's Dio Wandy. I'd be like, hi Dio Wandy. Like, who the fuck is this kid? But do you remember that time where they just like it was game 162 in 2021? They just like he was coming out the game and every Yankee started beating the shit out of him with their glove. Do you remember that? That was so fucking funny. I love Wandy.
Wandy's definitely like the class clown of the team.
Yeah. His grandfather is Japanese, so he's eligible to play for Japan.
Yes, so maybe Higgy can play then.
But Lars Nootbaar wipes, so not
Lars Nootbaar over.
Lars Nootbaar fucking wipes.
Yeah.
Gary Stanton should be to the Red Sox to be a fuck you to the Yankees. He would actually help them.
He would. It's because their other catching options are the guy that pimps home runs in the Venezuelan Baseball Caribbean League, or whatever it was, Jorge Alfaro, and then the guy that jerks off in the Dollar Tree parking lot, Reese McGuire. So I don't think Gary would have much trouble cracking the opening day roster.
All right. The way I view it is like Gary's like a better framer, and he's like not the worst hitter in the world. So like he'd be like I think he's a league average catcher, but I think the Yankees were just they just need a defense, and they have two guys who are better than Gary.
Yeah, objectively.
Okay, he couldn't. Okay, I don't think this would happen. I think Gary call Gary fucking Sanchez. Get him on that fucking whatever they have to do for Colorado athletes, and just let him hit like 30 home. Just let him stat at his home.
Gary on a rest. Gary's sitting in the dugout with an oxygen tank.
I just want Gary to be in the league for as long as possible. I love Gary too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Last two questions, baby.
But
the last 2 points. Meanwhile, he is bad, and his DR starting. Ryan,
come on. Gary's gonna fucking Gary's gonna fucking drop bombs.
Yeah, maybe that's why Gary hasn't signed yet. Maybe he's gonna try to go into the WBC, pop off, and then get a bag.
Yep, that would be dope. You guys remember the game where Aaron Boone came out because he thought Wandy Peralta was injured? He tells him, "Nah, man, you know I'm crazy." Yes, I fucking love Wandy. He's a free agent at the end of the year, and again, if he leaves, man, I'm gonna cry. That'd be him and Severino's free agents in the same year. They both leave, and I'm going to be fucking I'm gonna be inconsolable.
Would not be great.
To be fair, the Dollar Tree parking spot's pretty hot. Who among us could contain themselves?
Well, I know Reese couldn't, so
I mean, goddamn. I mean, I can't. I'm not
watching Stanton piss missiles. Maybe
you smell that? Smells bad in here. Mentions Gary. Let me mention that. Hold on. Fucking Kyle Freeland, U.S. WBC pitcher.
There's no way you're bringing up Kyle Freeland, who will see like 4 innings.
Adam Wainwright?
Adam Wainwright. There's no way you're shitting on Adam Wainwright.
Trevor Story?
Trevor's not even playing. Ryan.
Dude, I can't do this. I'm going to stop.
All right. We gotta get through these last 3 questions, boys. We're wrapping it up here. All right, last 3 questions.
Where's Profar sign? Texas.
Oh my God.
Bang! Also, this one. Bang! Bang! Albert Abreu is better than Brad Hand.
Hurry.
Bang!
Bosh.
Bad feeling 70 is gone at the end of the year. Don't you do that to me.
I hope
Brandon,
not.
have hope. Kyle Freeland's boo. He's on your team. Even better, remember when Chapman shit his pants? I remember that shit. We're going to end on that one. I think that's a good one to end on. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. My whole room smells like, oh God, my whole room smells like
vanilla bean.
It's awful. No, is it vanilla bean? No, it's
or is it like the
it's just so like it's so strongly spray so much of it in your face. We'll see you guys in the next live stream or the next episode. You'll see an NRI list. We talk about the non-roster invites. It'll be up tomorrow. You guys will love that episode because I said so and Nick said so. And if you don't love it, Nick will be at your door. I'm joking. We love you guys so much. We'll see you guys next stream. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us everywhere on all of our platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
This too. Like this shit too.
Yeah,
like, subscribe. You want to spread like a wildfire in California, but not the damaging kind.
If you like and subscribe, we can do this more and it'll get to more people and we'll have more fun and we'll get some interesting characters hopefully in the chat. So that'll be more fun. But thank you guys so much. We love you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good night. Peace out.